The night train is coming. Got to keep on running. Baker man is baking bread. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. How are we? NFL shirt. Got a little toothpaste on it. All right, let's just get ahead of that. Got a little toothpaste on it. I tried to get it out. I don't know. Does toothpaste stain? Maybe this fucking, organic hipster bullshit toothpaste I have stains. A lot of comments to get to. Glad to be with you all. Good to be with you. And also with you. Toothpaste. Funny. Hovey, sometimes you're funny every now and then. What's up with the new follow? Oh, never mind. Those were yesterday. Sorry, I forgot to change the notification. It is not prop talk today. We're going to recap. We're going to talk Monday Night Football. We're going to talk NFL Week 3. We're going to shoot the shit a little bit, too. It's 10:03. We're going to let some people get on in here because I don't want to go backwards. All right, we got a lot to discuss today. Noti Gang, what's up, Crutch? Prime bets. Regardless if this bet hits or not, incredible work. Seriously, incredible work. Fantastic bet. 75-1. He must be, that's got to be chopped in half now, right? 40-1. Well, 40-1 is not chopped in half. 37.5 would be chopped in half. It's pretty good, though. Baker, man. Jay Wells gets it. Baker and Kyler balled. Yeah, they did. We'll talk about that a little later. I am a Bucs fan. Yep, I am a Bucs fan. But I've been a bad Bucs fan the past year. But it kind of makes up for all the years I was a very, very good Bucs fan. I think I've told you stories in the past, but I used to go, I would literally drive to training camp by myself and watch fucking Brian Greasy, Chris Sims, fell in love with Josh Freeman, thought he was the guy. I'm big like organic growth for teams. And, I love like drafting a dude and hoping he's your guy. And I would go watch him throw deep routes. Remember Michael Clayton? Does anyone remember Michael Clayton from LSU? I thought he was going to be the next big thing. Mike Williams, wide receiver from Syracuse. I don't know if anybody remembers him. But yeah, funny story about me being a Bucs fan. I had family in Minnesota. And I remember my dad took me up to Minnesota. It was very fun. I was young, like really, really young. And we went to, it was probably about maybe 8 years old. I've always been a diehard sports fan, but like starting to figure out what team I wanted to root for. And my family in Minnesota was actually Packers fans, diehard Packers fans. Always been a Notre Dame fan. I have family that or my dad's family was in South Bend for a while. That's kind of why they lived there. But anyways, so I'm in Minnesota. I went horseback riding for the first time. Horseback riding is terrifying. Never liked it. I went skydiving. Skydiving, in my opinion, is not as scary as riding a horse, in my opinion. Love horses, though. Beautiful animals. Don't want to ride them. Went snowmobiling. That was very good. That was very fun. Fun time. Minnesota's a beautiful place. Went to the Mall of America. Anyways, that's besides the point. What am I talking about here? Oh, so I'm watching the Packers game. And they had convinced me. So, I mean, I decked out my room. Like if I'm a fan of a team, I go all in. Obviously. If I'm a fan of a team, I go all in. My room was green. I had a cheesehead. My dad got me a Brett Favre jersey one time for Christmas, and we both thought that the company messed it up because it was spelled Favre. We're like Favre. So anyways, decked out my room. A wall was green. I loved Mark Chmura. Reggie White, like there were some Leroy Butler, there were some dogs, Antonio Freeman, there were some dogs on the Green Bay Packers, right? Those Green Bay Packers team, walking behind a horse. Yeah, don't do that. So diehard Packers fan for like literally like a minute, right? Like I'm going all in. I'm watching the Packers play the Bucs. Now, they used to be in the same division. It was called the Battle of the Bays, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, right? They used to be in the same division. And it's in Green Bay. And I think the Packers were actually winning the game. But I am falling in love with every single player on the Bucs. Granted, I was like, ooh, they have cool uniforms. I love their uniforms. Not the creamsicles. This is when they I think like the year after they changed or something. It was the pewter. I was like, ooh, cool uniforms. Everybody that I'm seeing on the Bucs, I'm in love with. Sapp, Brooks, Barber, John Lynch, work done. And then I see Mike Alstott run. And it was love at first sight. And it was all done after that. All done. I was also as much of a Magic fan as I am, I will admit, like there were times I loved Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. I really loved the Seattle Sonics. Sean Kemp was number 40. Mike Alstott was number 40. I loved 40. I fell in love with Mike Alstott. Absolutely fell in love with him. And I was like, I hate to do this, but yeah, had that jersey. Freeze, I have the jersey as well. It's folded up in my closet. I don't know why I didn't bust it out. I should have busted it out. So anyways, I become a diehard Bucks fan. Fucking paint over the green in my bedroom. We go to Home Depot. We get pewter. Literally got pewter. I had a pewter fucking wall in my room. Next to that wall was like dark red. It was hideous. My mom hated it, but she's great. She doesn't care. My room was dark red and pewter, and that was it. But the past couple of years, I would say, I started to really lose faith in the organization. I like Jason Light. GM used to be over in Arizona. Loved when they hired Bruce Arians. When they picked Jameis Winston, I was advocating for them to trade the pick. And everybody thought I was crazy. I get it. You got to take a shot on Mariota or Winston. I did not want Mariota. I said, yeah, whatever. If they draft Winston, fine. I didn't necessarily think Winston was going to be a great pro, but he showed flashes, in my opinion. He's just too turnover prone. But I used to call in on the radio station all the time, talk a bunch of shit. I hated Lovie Smith. My God. Hey, I didn't like Dirk Cutter either. But yeah, so big Bucks fan. But nevertheless, in all seriousness, this is an exciting time to be a Bucks fan. I always liked Todd Bowles when he was a coach for the New York Jets, but I did start to have my doubts that maybe he was a better defensive coordinator than a coach. A lot of guys are just made to be coordinators and not coaches. I watched the offseason press conferences with Todd, and I remember I even texted my buddy Drew. You guys remember Drew on the Rays Glaze? He has been nailing the Bucks because he's more tapped in. He lives in Florida. And he told me for even last year, he bet him over wins. He bet the Bucks to win the division. He's like, dude, the team loves Baker. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Bowles is coming out of his shell. He's loose. He's forming a personality. He's laughing. He's cracking jokes. Like this is a scary combination. It really is for Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield, because it's also like two guys who have chips on their shoulder. You know what I mean? Bowles was fired. It didn't work out with the Jets. Starting anew with Tampa. Always been solid scheming defensively, right? And now Baker is bought in on Tampa. He's a fucking Tampa. He is a Tampa guy. And he talked about this in his interview on Pardon My Take. He said, I'm selling my house. Prime, did you hear this, by the way? He said, I'm selling my house in Texas. Full-time Florida. Can you believe that? Full-time Florida resident. That's a big deal for Texas people, dude. Yeah, Crutch, people say he's horrendous in New York. I know. I always kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt. I liked him for whatever reason. You know why I liked him? He's not an emotional guy. He always was like, he's not like Lovey. He got pissed off when like things went wrong, at least. He wasn't like Lovey. Lovey would tell you after a bad loss, like a 34-10 loss, he'd be like, oh, Lovey Smith would always be like, oh, we did some good things. I fucking hated that. It's like, dude, just admit you sucked. Like Bowles would get angry. I did like that, but he was still very like, he never got like high. I'm okay with a coach getting low, but you got to get high. That's one of my criticisms right now with this Frank the Tank guy on Barstool. I like Frank the Tank, but it's too much down. There's no up. Like when the Mets had that walk-off win or not a walk-off of that broken up the no-hitter on Toronto. I saw some of those clips. He like barely even moved or showed any excitement when the Mets broke that up and Lindor hit a home run. I don't like that. I don't like that. You can't just, your whole shtick can't just be fucking freaking out when your team sucks. You can get low, but you have to get high, in my opinion. Hold on 1 second. Just realized I don't have water. Hold on 1 second, guys. Bacon man is baking bread. Sack up on you. Come Johnny Flynn now. The night train is coming. Got to keep on running. The night train is running. All right, salute. I have my coffee, I have my water, and I have my smoothie, baby. My smoothie. Okay, so anyways, that's my long-winded story on how I became a Bucs fan. A little bit about the Bucs now, and what a win! What a win! All right, let me hold on. Do you mean tonight, Greg? I don't know what Greg's talking about. He's blowing up the text messages right now. What's up, Colby? How you doing in Twitter gang? If you're still there, W Colby, big fan of Colby. I like following him. Nice to see somebody with a little personality putting himself out there. Takes balls to do it. You know what I mean? Prop talk. Good morning, everyone. Mid-major Matt, please tell my mom to come home. It's very that I don't know that I get that joke. Let's keep moving though. Sorry for the late start on YouTube. I wanted to play the song. Anytime you play a song, they give you like a little bit of a warning for potential copyright. So I just kept it off. Good morning to everyone except Caleb and the Bears offensive line. Yeah, brutal. Great day to be a Saints fan. I'll tell you that. Yeah, no shit. Can Caleb Williams finally stop after last night? Man, I don't know, dude. The Giants became the first team in NFL history to score 3 touchdowns and allow no touchdowns, losing regulation. Yeah, not great. Not great. No excuses. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Pressure 36 times and pass attempts down. Bacon man is bacon bread. NFL sheet. Yeah, let's go, baby. Toothpaste doesn't stain. Just water that shit down. I did, bro. How'd week 2 go for you, DJ? Dude, it was a fucking grind, but I ended up profitable. I'll tell you what, though. I am really salty. You guys saw my Action Network in that 110 plus on Jonathan Taylor. 12 carries, 103 yards. Couldn't get 7 more. I mean, what an unbelievable fucking Prime is dialed. Yeah, he is. Haters are in shambles. Yep. Underdog gave out 3 profit boosts. No shit. W Underdog. They deserve a little bit of credit, huh? W Underdog, by the way. I hit my 6 person entry. Whatever you call it. I know I need to get better about that. The right verbiage and shit. It paid out, or no, I hit 5 of 6. W Steak, by the way. Prop Talk was excellent. Can we get some fucking W's in the chat for Prop Talk, by the way? The crowd has been awesome. You guys have been great. Here's the link, by the way. If you want to sign up for Underdog, use that link, 50% deposit match, promo code DGENWs. You guys have been awesome. Seriously. The Prop Talk has been great. Love doing it. Again, I want to just I want to mention this. Sorry. I do work weekends. I've had most of what I've needed to get done, kind of not get done, but like it's looking good and it doesn't require me to be there physically. I do have something else coming up that is going to require me to be there physically in the coming weeks. So depending how my schedules look, I'm going to try to be there for every single one. But if Steak and Style can run it, that's great. Now, Steak is going to be out of town next weekend. We're probably going to either take a week off or I'm going to have a guest on. I need Steak and Style together there as one for the dynamic. So I may have a guest to talk props on. DJ, I appreciate you bringing up my awesome. Bringing up my awesome? Is that a typo, Rusty old man? Prop Talk and Ramble Sunday stream being at the same time makes it tough to pay. Yeah, fuck. I know those guys do go on at the same time, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we can really do about that. I don't expect those guys to give us, any sort of leeway and be like, oh, we won't stream at the same time, and then vice versa. I do. I mean, they're great too. MJ's got great reads. Royals got great reads. Jeff Rose says a shit better. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to chirp a fucking 21-year-old. I think he's been able to take it though. And I think that's kind of a running joke, or maybe it just is with beef. Underdog, Pitt over 3.5 receptions. My fave. Yep. Can't cater to everyone. Yeah, I know. Javon is a guest. Maybe actually that's a really good idea. I'll hit Javon up and see if he can. That would be awesome. I don't know. Prop Talk wagon. Yep. Electric Cowboys are good, right? Prime. Yeah. Where is Prime? You fading Ole Miss this week, old man? No. Why are you saying that, by the way, Noah? You don't need to chirp me about Ole Miss. I told you I did it one time, and it was really just trying to take advantage of maybe a little bit of a sleepy game against back-to-back dog shit opponents. But can we also pump the brakes on Ole Miss? Has anybody had an easier start to the season? Furman, Middle Tennessee State, and Wake Forest. But no, I didn't fade them. I didn't fade them last week. You should be proud of me. You should be proud of me. Beeve is moose. I love Beeve. Old Piss is unfadable. Yep, it's gonna be 4 dog shit opponents this week. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Okay, I think it's time to get into the. I think it's time to get to into the. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Time to get into the recaps. All right, let's start talking. Let's start talking games. Ravens are so dead to me. Ron, man, I was on the Raiders all week, bro. Raiders are almost my best bet. What are you gonna do? Hindsight's always 2020. Goddamn fucking stupid ass. Giants. What are you gonna do though? I don't regret the play. All right. Let's repost this. Bada bing, bada boom. If you want to sign up for Underdog, we will talk props for Monday Night Football. We'll pull an entry together, and then we're going to look at the lines. All right, that's how we're doing this today. Quick recap. All right, I did the podcast, by the way. W Pods. Anybody listen to the podcast this morning? Anybody listen to the podcast? I put my thoughts out on the website. You guys said you'd prefer it in a podcast form. I did do that. Maybe I'll type them up a little bit later too. I do have some time today. But if I'm putting this fucking podcast together at 5:00 in the morning, and you guys don't listen to it after you said that's what you wanted, I'm gonna be pissed. Took me like an hour and a half to figure out how to fucking sync that shit. Raiders plus 8.5 was on my card this week. W's A+ pod for the run this morning. W's. Give me some feedback. I know sometimes I ramble and I don't really hit the good talking points. That was my first one though. I was a little rusty. Definitely will give it a listen. Awesome. Appreciate it. All right, cool. Only if you want to. You don't really have to. You don't need to force it if you've got plenty of stuff to listen to because you're already here listening to me talk. All right. You don't need too much of me. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's get into it and let's recap. All right. I think it's a good time. I enjoy the rambling. Appeases the undiagnosed ADHD. W's. Rusty, check my Twitter tweet. It's on Apple and it's on Spotify. It's called The Recap. How about the NFC South? Yeah, stand up, baby. Stand up. Shout out Russell Ringrose. He said he was hopping on a flight this morning, so it was perfect timing. I hope he enjoyed it. I'll check with him later for some feedback. All right, let's get into it, guys. Recap. Jags and Browns. I'll give mid-major Matt his credit. Thank you. W Newsletter. Yep. Subscribe to the newsletter as well. Thank you, Snidesy. The subscriptions have been coming in. I love it. Thank you so much. Again, it is free. A couple people every now and then keep offering to pay $8 a month, $80 for the year, whatever. Again, somebody paid fucking $20 a month. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. We're already onward to week 2. I'm sorry, to week 3. Already onwards. 3-2 in the newsletter, 3-2 in college. We take that. And 3-2 in the Circle Millions. So we're 8-2 on the year. We're can't complain. Saints versus Bucks will be a great series. Sure will. Boots on ground for Saints Birds this weekend. Oh, that's fucking awesome. I like that hat. Thank you. WBK, by the way, almost hijacked our college space on Saturday, and I didn't let him do it. But W Golf, that was fun. It's crazy. We are almost at week 3. I know, man. This shit will come and go like this. That's why I want to try to take advantage of it with content and diving in and research as much as possible. Okay, here are the takeaways, guys. Here are the takeaways. In my opinion, I am not going to overreact at all to this game. I think the Browns got a much-needed victory, which sucks. The Jags are not that bad. They're really not. They're not a bad 0-2 team, in my opinion. Now, I will tell you, anytime I was at the bar, I was at the Jets party, watch party at T Squared. It was actually awesome. But I didn't have every game on. The Bucks Lions was like kind of all the way in the corner. I literally had one seat to choose from because all the tables were taken. I had the bar and there was one bar seat. Bucks Lions was all the way down there. I was like, fuck. I had the Giants in front of me, which actually kind of worked out. I had the Jets. I had the God, what other fucking game did I have? Was it the Chargers? I think I had the Chargers. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But anytime the Browns Jags, like I glanced at it, it was just like, ugh. This game was just ugly. Hey, what's up, JMO? W's. Jags offense is terrible. Yeah, he has not proved anything. I agree. There might be something there with the Jags defense, dude. Jags defense held Miami to what? 17 points on the road, week 1, holding the Browns to what? What they score? 1 touchdown? There might be something there with this Jags defense. Brian Thomas Jr., 2 catches, 94 yards. Trevor Lawrence, 220 yards. That ain't going to get it done, brother. I think the Jags are going to be fine. Browns, big win. Hate it. I got them to miss the playoffs. Hate that they won that game. All right, let's look at the next game. Giants. Giants and Commanders. Look, I know what you're all expecting. Okay. Yes. Giants were my best bet. Yes, they are. They didn't win the game. They didn't allow an offensive touchdown. They only committed one turnover. They scored 3 touchdowns. I saw that stat that they were the first team to do this without losing in regulation. First team ever. I'm not going to bitch and moan about it. I'm not going to bitch and moan about it because here's the thing. Daniel Jones played well. He played well for Daniel Jones standards. The Giants actually offensively, there was that when Devin Singletary had that fumble happen. If you guys were watching, he was running well all game, running so hard, shifty. He was running out of bounds and he cut back in to get extra yards. And it was just an unbelievable fucking play by the defender. The ball stays in. He's hugging the sideline. I texted Steak and Greg when that happened. I said, we're fucked. That was the first drive coming out of halftime too. They had the lead. They had momentum. They just scored. They got the ball back in the second half. Here's the thing. And here's why I won't bitch and moan. I was fading Jaden Daniels and I was fading the Washington Commanders. I know the Giants defense talent-wise is not very good. I know that. Defensive line is stout, is solid. They got pressure on them. The Commanders did not punt. The Washington Commanders, with a rookie quarterback and 0 weapons, did not punt. Now, there's 2 things I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about Jaden Daniels real quick. First thing, I don't want to take anything away from this guy. Jaden Daniels played his dick off. He really did. He was composed, poised. He really didn't make any turnover-worthy plays. He did throw an interception, I believe, that got called back because of a bullshit penalty. No big deal. Not making excuses. But Jaden Daniels took everything the defense gave him. And that's going to segue into my biggest complaint. Here's my biggest complaint and my biggest concern if you are a Giants fan. Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator from the Tennessee Titans, who is now the defensive coordinator of the New York Giants, that was, and I'm not over-exaggerating. I really don't think I am. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not just saying this because it was my best bet and it lost. That was arguably one of the worst performances from a defensive coordinator, one of the worst called games and strategies and plans I have ever seen in my life. Not even remotely joking. The defense for the New York Giants, if you go back and you watch that game, it would blow your mind. The Commanders were 7 for 14 on third downs. The conversions they got on third downs were like third and longs. They played soft coverage when the Washington Commanders literally have one receiver and a rookie quarterback who is not that good at throwing the football. They played soft zone coverage and made everything as easy as possible for Jaden Daniels. Now, they were waiting for him to make a mistake. They didn't force him to make any mistakes. They didn't make it difficult for him. They made the game easy for him. They gave him a test, but they gave him the easiest test possible, and he aced it. Jaden Daniels deserves credit. Jaden Daniels aced the fuck out of that test. He really did. I cannot believe how poorly that game was called. There was a 2nd and 14 play where the wide receiver outside, the defensive back was 11 yards off of the receiver. What you're doing in that situation is you're basically giving them 8 yards, guaranteed 8 yards to make it third and manageable. But you know what ended up happening? The fucking guy, the receiver actually ran 13 yards and turned around and caught the ball and got a first down on 2nd and 14. Soft coverage, defender 11 yards off the ball. Unbelievable. Rookie quarterback on the road. You got to be more aggressive than that. Be 6-7 yards off the ball. I don't care that it's 2nd and 14. What are you nervous about? If you are the New York Giants, what are you nervous about? One of the receivers getting behind you and Jaden Daniels converting like a 40-yard pass play? Maybe it'll happen one time, and I think it actually did. I could not believe it. One of the worst coordinated games defensively I have ever seen. But I will give the Commanders their credit and Jaden Daniels his credit. They played a clean game. They didn't turn the ball over. They did have some penalties, but good for them. Good win. And at the end of the day, I cannot believe the New York Giants didn't have another person on their roster who is capable of kicking a field goal or an extra point. I can't believe it. Just can't believe it. Anyways, let's fly through this recap a little bit more. Takeaways. Bucks, Lions. Listen, I talked about this in the recap podcast. Bucks didn't really do anything that special, but Baker Mayfield is just gritty. He's just fucking gritty. And that play where the Bucks scored that touchdown pass to Chris Godwin was a 10-10 play design. They had Mike Evans going up the middle. They had a fake wide receiver screen, and they had Godwin run a wheel route. Perfect execution, perfect design. On top of that, Baker Mayfield scrambling and using his legs. I went back and I watched the highlights today again because the TV was down and I missed a lot of plays and I wanted to watch it again. Baker's run, followed up by his touchdown run, where he juked the shit out of the Lions defender. I got goosebumps. I legitimately got goosebumps. He's in the fucking zone. He's in the zone. And it's something that you might not see on the box score. It's something you might not be on the box score. You just got to watch it. It's honestly amazing. Did you see that was the longest run? Yeah, I did. And he said that's sad. Lions offense is broken right now. Brent John's play call is not too worried given the 2-year sample size, but they're going to have to turn around quick. Yeah. He really did. Good way. It was 34 yards because I had Daniels over long completion 34. That sucks, dude. Who would have thought Derek Carr, Baker be the front runners MVP? Yeah, we'll talk about the MVP race in a little bit. Here's what I want to say about the Detroit Lions. And by the way, the Bucks, my favorite team, has knocked me out of Survivor back-to-back years. Vikings last year on the road. Baker loves going on the road in the NFC North. It's crazy. He dominated the Packers in Lambeau. He didn't dominate, but he beat the Vikings on the road, and then he just beat the Lions. Who's next? Did you play in Chicago? He's going to fuck him up. Anyways, the Detroit Lions, you have to remember this. I had him in Survivor. We had him as an official play in the Circa Millions, not the newsletter. But you know what we said? At the end of the day, you have to remember something about the Detroit Lions. Like, yeah, that spread was a lot of respect in my opinion. Yeah, I thought the Bucks were maybe a low-key trendy dog. Low-key. The Lions are one of, if not the trendiest, most popular team in the offseason I can remember. You can't find one person that said a bad thing about the Detroit Lions. Somebody has an investment in some sort of Detroit Lions stock anywhere you look. To win the division, to win the NFC, to go over their wins, Campbell Coach of the Year, and then hand up Goff MVP. Aiden Hutchinson, absolute fucking animal. Hutch DPO, free. Lions red zone offense will improve. Yeah, Lions way too focused on getting Jameson the ball. Yep. Over under QBs doing good this week. Hurt. Okay. LOL, everyone obsessed with Goff and a dome stat. Dude, yeah. How many times did you see that? There's always just like one nugget where it's like, oh, look at this. Boom. I'm not saying that the Lions aren't going to cash. Absolutely not going to say that. And I certainly want them to. I'm pulling for the city of Detroit. Are you aware you say Detroit every time you say Detroit? It's not Detroit, it's Detroit. That sounds like nitpicking. It's Detroit. Detroit. It's not Detroit. Can I get a fact check on that? Detroit. Yeah. Not a good look for mid-major Matt. 7:31 in the morning. Sounds like you're wrong. I don't think Matt loves to bitch occasionally, but I got to give him his flowers though. And also I gave him his credit about the Browns stat. Matt pointed it out in the group chat on Twitter, and he said that the Browns defense narrative might flip this year. They're going to be better on the road and worse at home. Yeah, sounds like you might be wrong. Never said one was correct, you idiots. What are you saying? Detroit? Kind of sounds like you're saying that I'm not saying it right. Are you not? Coming from someone who lives in New Jersey, it doesn't matter. Yeah, go ahead and backtrack, buddy. That's right. Get his ass. All right. Can't think something matters less than the etymology of the word Detroit. All right. Anyways, back on track. So here's what I'm going to tell you. For the Detroit Lions. I ain't your buddy, little bro. Good one. All right. Matt just made up for it. That was a good one. The Detroit Lions do not need to panic. You know what I think the Detroit Lions need? Seriously. They need adversity. This is a team. Goff looked lost. I'm sorry, but he did. I know Special K. Listen, I like Special K. I respect his sports brain and his betting brain. I think he's a very sharp and smart individual. He is, and he can't help it. Some people are just this way. He is unbelievably biased. And he has these blinders on sometimes. Before criticizing Michigan against Texas, all Special K said was Quinn Ewers is the Heisman and Texas is the best team in college football, without criticizing Davis Warren or anything or how unprepared they looked. They did have a penalty on the first. Michigan had a penalty on the first play of that game offensively, by the way, which is at home and I think is insane. Nevertheless, he did not criticize Jared Goff. You can criticize Ben Johnson. That's fine. Jared Goff is a little shook right now, and that's okay. This is a team that has gone from being the underdog, okay? This is a team that's gone from being the underdog to now is the top dog. The Detroit Lions are the top dog. Shit changes psychologically, top 2 inches, when you are the top dog. So what I'm going to say is this. I think what is perfect for this team is to get a fucking reminder and a wake-up call like, hey, buddy, you ain't fucking cake. You ain't having a nice, easy cakewalk to the Super Bowl. You're going to have to earn it. Dan Campbell's a good coach. I think they're going to be okay. This is, in my opinion, actually one of the best things that can happen to the Detroit Lions. That is my take. Long-term, the Lions are going to be totally fine. There are going to be times where the Detroit Lions fucking rage fuck. Sorry, I said fuck so many times. Not a kid show. They rage fuck teams. Okay. The fake punt was nuts. It was awesome. Humble pie. Yep. Huge Goff supporter here, but he looked terrible yesterday. First pick wasn't his fault. Fair enough. Should have been a flag. The second one was terrible. He had at least 2 other throws. Yes. That was a Will Levis type of interception that the Bucs safety picked off. Yep. Zach Wilson, Will Levis, whatever you want to do. Yes. We'll get there. We're going to talk week 3. I cannot wait. This is why we recap, because it's going to read into, and what did we say last week? We said these wide receivers are going to be fine. What did I tell you about the Arizona Cardinals offense? Dome team playing in Buffalo is weird. What they need, they're going to be fine. What they need is to get back home in a dome against terrible Rams defense. Cardinals lit it up. Marvin Harrison Jr. went nuts, okay? These are all based off of what you see from a team in their previous performance. That's why I think spending time on recapping is so important. You can't just say, all right, that was Sunday, week 2, we're on to week 3. No, you got to look at what happened, because you're going to take away things from that and transition it into the following week. Dude, it's the best. I love golf betting. I love playoff hockey. I love it all. Sometimes I think it is my favorite. And then football comes around and I'm just sitting there all day watching. I'm like, this is the best. Cardinals defense was solid yesterday. Yes, they were. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, though. But good take. Free OG Sharp. No. Dan Campbell, who is an awesome coach, has to stop gambling so much on 4th down, in my opinion. What about Arch being that's wild, by the way. I can't believe it, but I guess it kind of makes a little bit of sense. Absolute no sweat bet from Greg. Love that. Yeah, we love that too. Greg. Hey, the boys bailed me out yesterday. I kind of was the leader on that Cowboys Saints under. My best bet lost. But I did lobby for the Raiders. The Raiders was my play, so that was the only way I kind of made up for it. Thank God, because going 0-3 would have sucked. And I said, boys, you got to bail us out, man. Not that you can really do anything. I mean, all this is out of your control, but you know what I mean. It's like just trying to rally your guys up. We need the Cardinals. We need the Bengals. And fucking Steak and Greg came through. W's. Pacheco out 4 weeks. That sucks, although it could have been a little worse. Anyways, that's my takeaway there. Jets. Let's talk Jets for a second. Let me tell you something about the Jets. This is important. This is actually important. This win was massive for the Jets. Massive. I know they beat a team they should have beaten. They were a road favorite. The Tennessee Titans are not supposed to be very good. They have 6.5 win total. They have a young quarterback who I think is terrible. Starting on the road back-to-back games in week 1 and week 2 is not easy for anybody. And then on top of that, you look at where they traveled. They go from New York to San Francisco. Then they got to go back to Tennessee. It's not like they're just going to Baltimore. It's not like they're just, going to Philly. They're traveling with an old quarterback it's starting, really in this system and with this team and with these players for the first time. I'm not saying he's a rookie, but you still need to get familiar. You know what I mean? You still need to get familiar. You need fucking reps. When I tell you, this is why I love watching the games and live betting. You can take advantage of this stuff. And I love it in like hockey and shit, Like if a team fucking survived the first period getting outplayed, it's like, all right, they're going to come out in the second and the third and win this fucking thing. When I saw Aaron Rodgers, I thought he looked okay against the Niners. I watched the first half of that game. I wasn't like overly impressed. I know they had that great drive and they only had the ball 5 times. But the problem with Aaron Rodgers is, again, he's getting back to like game speed. He still looks like he's a little lethargic and a little slow, or he looks the total opposite and like he's freaking out. In my opinion, my takeaway from the Jets game, he had a lot of clean pockets. He might have not had open receivers. Now, maybe that's him not wanting to force it or whatever. I don't know. Maybe he's not making the right reads. I'm not here scouting the fucking all 22. You know what I mean? But just from what I can see on the game, he has a clean pocket. He's freaking out. Nobody's open. It tells me one of two things. A, he's just not ready yet. He'll be fine. B, the Jets need another weapon because Mike Williams and Alan Lazard ain't cutting it. And Tyler Conklin, whoever the fucking tight end is. Regardless, when he got pushed out of bounds, obviously you saw my tweet, and I'm not Vic-lapping this that much because it was still a hell of a sweat, and the Jets didn't necessarily run away with the game, but Rodgers looked much better. When he got pushed out of bounds, he fucking got up, he chirped the defender. I could just see it. You could just see it. And shout out, fits well. They deserve some credit. Also, I'm going to talk about the Titans in a second. You could see Rodgers. Is it Lazard? What did I say? Lazard? Yeah, you can get on me about that. Detroit, I don't know. You could see Rodgers start to like, all right, this is what I live for. Rodgers is he's a prick, dude. He's an asshole. He loves shoving it to people. You know what I mean? And he doesn't really have that yet. He's still just kind of figuring it out. They have these expectations of being good. He's supposed to be good. They have Breece Hall. Everybody's got an offensive player of the year ticket for Breece Hall. Garrett Wilson, everybody's got him. Lean receiving. I do too. Finally, he got that fire under his ass. You know what I mean? Too early. Rodgers got that fire under his ass. The Jets are going to be fine. That was massive for them. Flip side, Titans, I'll tell you what, that defense is better than I give him credit for. Will Levis made some plays with his legs I was pretty impressed with. But again, with the boneheaded, terrible turnover. This guy is not a NFL starting quarterback. I'm sorry, he's not. Physically, he looks great. He's buff. He's jacked. He's the Brady Quinn of the South. We've all seen the video. He's got a huge cock. Good for him. He's not an NFL quarterback. I'm sorry, he just isn't. Could he be? Maybe. Right now, no. Here's what I'll say. I don't know much about Brian Callahan. I don't know really who knows much about Brian Callahan. Son of Bill Callahan, 40 years old. He's young, new coach. The Titans have some excitement with these players that they signed. But I'll tell you this. You know what I really liked about Brian Callahan? I loved his reaction to those mistakes by Will Levis. Love it. Loved his clipping from the post-game interview. I loved his reaction on the sideline. You don't need to fucking care about potentially hurting this guy's feelings. You don't need to care about, the cameras are going to watch you berate him, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that, dude. Brian Callahan was livid. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. That, to me, was one of the big signs of optimism if you are a Tennessee Titans fan. You might have yourself a coach. I'm not kidding. You might have yourself a coach. Also, some of the play calling was awesome. That jet sweep, wide receiver reverse, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to DeAndre Hopkins for a touchdown, awesome. Tony Pollard, rushing yards, W prop talk, W stake, Tony Pollard looked good. The offensive line is like not terrible. Defense looks decent. Titans are a team I'm going to keep an eye on moving forward. Not this season, in the next year or two. All right, let's keep moving. Seattle and New England. 23-20. I talked about fading Seattle early. I was wrong. They scored 17 points in the first half. I was wrong. He used to coach the Los Angeles Raiders. No. That's his dad. I know the dad. I'm talking about his son. And he's the offensive line coach. Blocked field goal, only reason Pat Slot. That's okay. That was that. I'm glad you said that. What are the odds? 2 weeks, 2 block punts, terrible interceptions for the Titans. Yeah. Here's what I'll say about the Seattle Seahawks. That was a big bounce back for them, coaching wise and offensively. Big. Yeah, they almost lost that game. It's not easy again to go cross country and play in New England. New England is hype. These teams that have zero expectations and everybody thinks going to suck, which the New England's not going to be a good team, let's be honest. But the time that you really don't want to play these teams is when it's early in the season. It's your record 0-0. They're 1-0. I could not get there with the Patriots as much as I like them because I couldn't buy high after that win against the Bengals. But I also couldn't bet the Seahawks because of what I saw in that first half against the Broncos. I listened to Chernoff this morning. He pointed out that the Seahawks passed the ball 44 times as opposed to 14 runs. Talked about it on Prop Top. I started to have a feeling that Geno Smith was going to make some plays in big third down throws when it mattered. He did. He fucking sacked up. I believe he was the passing leader for the day. I believe 327 yards or something like that. He only had 1 touchdown pass. I also, hand up, wrong there. I'd liked his over 1.5 touchdown passes. 327 yards. Purdy came close. I think he was 319 for passing leader. Great job for Geno. Excellent job for Geno. There might be something there with this Seahawks team. Seriously. Let's not forget. Yeah, this is a shame because I love Hellman's mayonnaise. Let's not forget the Patriots aren't very talented. They won a week 1, yes, but that was more product of the Bengals shooting themselves. Sure. But again, I don't think the Patriots are going to be a pushover early in the season, but we'll get to that because I think there's something there Thursday night with Jets. All I'm saying is this. That was a good win for a team that is still figuring out the new offensive coordinator, new head coach, new coaching staff. I think the DC is new. I think that was a good, gritty win. I thought Jacoby Brissett, every time I saw him on the screen, was playing pretty well. The running game was doing okay. But Geno and the offense made plays when they needed to. I give them their flowers. Minnesota, San Fran, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this one. I'll just give Sam Darnold some credit. Sam Darnold revenge game. You always knew that was going to happen. Indy, what the fuck happened to the Colts? This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm sorry, but Shane Steichen, I don't care. I don't care who's got injuries. I don't care if they're on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. I don't care. You cannot go into Green Bay. You cannot go into Green Bay and go 58 minutes without scoring a touchdown. Mondre's a beast. Yeah. It's absolutely wild how bad Purdy's decision-making was despite that, the counting slots. Yeah, I think the Niners will be fine. You know what? They probably really just got up for that Jets game. Kind of fell flat on the road. JT was feasting and no touches. Yeah, that's too bad. I'm pretty happy with how my prop reads are starting for the season. Last year started really well early, and then after I had the Jamal Williams game dubbed, the Saints and Panthers last season, and Williams got hurt, and I lost fucking everything, anytime touchdown, whatever. Tony Jones came in, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is from Notre Dame. I'm liking the reads for the props. You always knew it was Jonathan Taylor returning back to the state of Wisconsin, going to go crazy. 12 carries, 103 yards. Very, very salty. Very salty about him not getting 110. You know what? You're right. Games give me the Jordan Love at Raiders vibes last year. Time to get hot. Cam, can you elaborate? I'm not sure I get that. Refused to run JT even though he was running well. Yeah, don't get it. Even if you're down, they were down 10-0 at halftime. 13-3 going into the fourth quarter. You don't have to abandon the run if it's working. Yeah, Steak, you're right. You're right. Let me just back up real quick on that Vikings game. You're right. The Vikings defense has been awesome. Brian Flores deserves a lot of credit. Transformed that unit. Purdy seeing ghosts. Yep. Skull. Yep. Had the 120 locked in with you. I had 110. He needed 7 more yards. Anthony Richardson was the worst QB this week. Yep. Sam Darnold may be blooming. The guy had something at some point people loved. Did I say blooming? No, it's just a good. Sam Darnold's a guy that was coached with Adam Gase and Matt Rule. Matt Rule, great college guy. Adam Gase, I don't know what the guy was doing in the NFL. Like, can we not just judge books by their cover? You have a conversation with that guy for 10 minutes. There's no way you can say, I want this guy leading my football team. No way. AR-15, just zero feel in the pocket. Yeah. Should PI be a spot foul? No, I don't think so. I don't like it. Been in some awful spots with Jets and Panthers. Yep. Brian Flores is a very good coordinator. Very good coordinator. Very good coordinator. Yep. I'm happy to see him have some success. Hold on. Okay, let's see what Cam was going to say. To Raiders last year, after having 2 straight bad games, everyone wanted him benched, and then they got super hot. Got it. There is definitely an element of bias and hope because you're a Colts fan. However, I like the positive outlook in comparison. I'm good there. I'm not going to write the Colts off, but I will say the Packers are my fake sharp play of the day. I thought that it was going to be the Colts. I saw how popular they were in the Circa Survivor and Circa Millions. I was like, they're going to hit. Colts are going to be fine. I haven't drank any of my smoothie. Fair. But yeah, disappointed. Very disappointed. All right. We need to have a serious conversation. Chargers and Panthers. Listen, I've said this. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. There was a time when the Cleveland Browns lost like 30 games. And every single time they were sharp. I will tell you why. I will tell you what people do. Okay? Smart people look for value. All right? They look for value. Now, when you think you see a team getting a certain amount of points, you see that as being value. I am going to try to be a voice of reason for you. There comes a time. Listen, I'm pro analytics. I'm pro data. I'm pro nerds. I'm pro stats. I'm all pro that shit. However, you can't block out the fucking Mike Ditka's, Charles Barkley's, whatever you want to call them, old school guys who have that fingertip feel. You cannot block them out. You have to, at some point, if you're going to be betting on the Carolina Panthers, you have to watch this team play. And then you have to tell yourself, I don't give a fuck if my computer, my model, my whatever tells me there's value at 7. That's what people are doing. They see the Chargers as a 6.5, 7-point favorite. Now, I'll be honest. I will be honest. From what I saw with the Chargers, I didn't trust them laying that many points on the road against anybody. Hand up. But I don't give a fuck if you think there's value at a certain number with a certain team. There comes a point where you have to use your eyes and your brain and stop listening to a model and the computer. The Carolina Panthers are a new level of bad. And the other thing I'm going to say is this, like I've been saying from the offseason, I think Dave Canales is going to be a good head coach. I think he's going to be fine. He is not a miracle worker. It was a very nice season that the Bucs had last year. It was a very nice season that Baker had last year. There were still some problems and some issues. There were a lot of things, if you watch their games in the offense, where you would still be like, ugh. You know what I mean? It's great they made the playoffs and beat the Eagles. But let's be honest, the Eagles in the last 6 weeks were one of the worst teams in the NFL, maybe the second worst team in the NFL. Dave Canales is not a miracle worker, and the Carolina Panthers are a new level of bad. So let's just pump the brakes, okay? Pump the brakes. So far, Baker and Bryce look exactly the same as last year. I would argue Baker might look a little bit better, but as of right now, Bryce looks just as bad. Chris Godwin looks unbelievable. And he was not unbelievable last season. You are 100% right about they see value. I think at times actual sharp bettors maybe are too stubborn to their models. In fact, when their model keeps losing, cool hand fluke. You just nailed it. You want to know one of the biggest problems? One of the biggest problems with sports bettors? They refuse to accept that they are wrong. Smart people, smart data analysis model type of bettors. Probably some people listening to the stream right now, maybe not. It's no offense. It's not a personal jab. You're probably going to have more success at anything in life that you do than I will. But the one thing I cannot stand is when you come across these smart people who say the data is there, the algorithm shows me this, and if it produces a loser, they refuse to accept they're just wrong. You say, well, the algorithm works over the long term, whatever, it's going to produce a winner, whatever. You just have to stop being stubborn and just accept, no, we're just wrong on this team. Let's just stop it. We're wrong on this guy. Let's just stop it. That's what I think, personally. Because you want to know what data and stats will tell you? They will tell you Russell Wilson was a good quarterback. That's what they'll tell you. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers are probably going to make the playoffs with Justin Fields. Probably. It's fake sharp season. Yep. Sometimes it's just the better team wins and covers. Yes. So just stop trying to be a sharp. And I'm not saying go out there and blindly fade Carolina. If you want to do that, that's okay. I'm not doing that. I'm just staying away from them. The Raiders. Listen, probably my best read of the weekend. College and the NFL. So I watched the Raiders and Chargers game, and my biggest takeaway was that, man, the Raiders lost to the Chargers 22-10, but they were really in it. They were banging. And your biggest takeaway had to be the fucking offensive line for the Chargers, Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, shut down the Raiders defensive line. That doesn't mean the defensive line for the Raiders isn't good. That just means, in my opinion, the Chargers offensive line is good. So Antonio Pierce made some boneheaded plays, awful coaching decisions in week 1. Back-to-back road games, always tough. But again, you look at the travel. It's not like the Jets going to the Niners. They're going from LA to Vegas, 40-minute flight, no big deal. Go to Baltimore. And what I really liked about Baltimore is everybody kept saying they have extra rest. They have extra rest. I don't care. I did not care about the extra rest for the Ravens because the mismatch, the advantage that the Raiders have with that defensive line and the problems that the Ravens have on the offensive line, that's too big of a discrepancy in my model. I'm just kidding. I don't have a model to ignore. So I am going to take the Raiders getting points because Minshew also, I know he's not a great quarterback. He is a serviceable quarterback. If your defensive line can do what they're supposed to do and take advantage and make life difficult for the Ravens offense, who are a large favorite, all you need as an offense, if I'm looking at this, all you need as an offense is to be competent. You can't be a fucking Will Levis and you cannot be a Bryce Young. I want to make that perfectly clear. I'm not just going out there and seeing a big dog getting points on the road and taking it. I'm trying to be selective. I'm trying to be smarter. I'm trying to go a little bit more in depth to give reasoning and logic. I'm trying to adapt. I hope you all can agree with that. Hugh Walnuts, your Sunday morning stream's been printing me coin. Love to hear it, dude. Thank you, Hugh Walnuts. They have been really, really, really fucking good. Prop talk, baby. Sunday, 10 a.m.s. Lock in. They have been fucking dialed. Absolutely dialed. And MJ's stream's been awesome, too. I don't want to take anything away from Ramble. They've been great, too. It sucks we're at the same time. Whatever. Budman, Mr. Major, agree. Budman. Yep. Good morning, family. We'll be at least one special teams offensive. Yep. Good morning. Thank you guys for strolling on in. It's almost 11. I did start earlier today. We have a lot to discuss, and I am not streaming tomorrow. I am 2 Corp. I have an 8:30, I have a 9, I have a 10, I have an 11, and then I have to go to the airport. Absolutely going to be a fucking insane day. Justice for Xavier Gillette. Yeah, that's funny. A lot of smart people are on the Panthers win total. A lot of them aren't going to admit they're wrong. Yeah. Yep. It's too bad. It's too bad. That is one of my biggest pet peeves in life. Is just people are unable, their egos are too big, and they refuse to accept they are wrong. It's unfortunate. Okay, let's keep moving. W's, a couple new follows. What's up, Boxy and Abil 2027? Welcome to the board review. We got 100 in here on Twitch. We got a lot of eyeballs in here on Twitter. Damn, first hour, we got almost 600. W YouTube gang holding it down. Good morning to everybody. All right. Let's talk real quick. You think Steelers stick with field? Oh, man, they should. Absolutely, dude. I'm telling you, Russell Wilson does you no favors. Yes. DGen, typical corp schedule. How rough? Shut the fuck up. There are literally, but man, I gotta work weekends, bro. At least you get to enjoy. If you're corp, you get to enjoy a nice Saturday or Sunday. I'm not gonna be able to sit on the couch and watch football every weekend, unfortunately, and I haven't for many years. There are literally people who get the Panthers yesterday and then said right read, wrong result. Yeah, it's too bad. Javon will definitely come out and say bad read if you know him at all. Yeah, I like Javon, and honestly, I like Pete too. I thought Pete at first. I was a little unsure about POD Pete because he's a algorithm model kind of guy. And if it's like, oh, my model says this, my data says this, but I'm losing, I refuse to admit it. No, I think Pete I thought he was gonna be a sore loser. He's a better loser than I thought. That's a big reason why I like Pete. You know how hilarious that is? Yes, I'm here. Did TGen roast me yet? No, not yet. Can we bet the Panthers to go winless? Probably. DGen, who's your pinky team? Oh, the Big Cat pinky team. Will this team win the Super Bowl? I don't know yet, but I'll get there. Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. He doesn't have to do much. The threat of Fields running adds another element to this offense, in my opinion, makes them more difficult to game plan for. You don't need a quarterback that can throw. You got nobody to throw it to. You got Pickens, bro. Fields can launch to Pickens. Pickens can catch it no matter who's on him. Remember the fucking data and stat nerds? Do you remember those guys all off season? Pickens can't get separation. Oh, hit my model, so he's got 0.038 yards of separation. Shut the fuck up. Look at this guy. He's a fucking dog. You can't model dog. That's all I'm trying to say. Got that fucking dog in him. We will go over Russell Wilson when we need to. That's the Steeler way. Didn't go to Mason last year. Yep. Peter's way too cocky for me. Also a bit of a shit better recently. Yeah, that's all right. To each their own. I like Pete. I'm a POD Pete guy, especially with that defense. Yep. I wouldn't say Peter is cocky. I'd say he's confident. Huge different. Yeah. Maybe you can get cocky if you start to win, but you know what? A lot of people do. Let's be honest. I mean, your average, I think Pete is way better than your average sports capper on here. Fucking sports bettors will win, go 8-1 and they'll say I'm him. It's crazy. My friend blocked me because he bet Chicago Sky. And then, all right, we're not talking about WNBA. Are we worried about the Lions? Sneak the W versus the Rams who got throttled. No, Cam, you're late. We talked about that. The Lions are going to be just fine. I had a long-winded rant about how a team like this, who everybody is saying is going to win the conference and the division, go over the win total, and potentially win the Super Bowl, they need that adversity early. We're going to talk about that in a second. Yep. It was just a little ball busting. Some people can't get off their ass. Yep. Love Pete. Smart dude. Very smart dude. Peter is the last guy that gives me yeah. Totally agree. You get what I'm saying, King? Very funny. Okay. And Peter puts in a lot of work. I like that too. You got to respect people. Listen, there's a lot of lazy ways to go about putting out a bet. And I know, listen, I'm pretty good. I'm not very smart, but I've got good social skills and good people skills. Those are my strengths in life. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. You have to know what yours is. I'm very observant. I'm very good at reading people. I can tell you right now, and I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to expose anybody. I can tell you right now who's going out there putting out picks, and they ain't doing any work. They're just piggybacking, cherry picking, and kind of just, frankly, just fucking stealing from other people that are doing the work and the digging. I ain't naming names. I ain't calling anybody out. I ain't bringing anybody down. Yeah, pandemic's a big one. Call him out, DJ. No, I would never. That's not my style. I'm avoiding beef. I'm avoiding drama, but just know I see it all, baby. All right, let's keep moving. Here's another one the smart guys are shitting their pants about. The Saints under. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I fucking hate nepotism. I hate it. In any industry and in any business. I fucking hate it. I got to give Clint Kubiak some credit. This guy has done an unbelievable job with the New Orleans Saints. Do you realize, I heard Chernoff say on his podcast this morning, the Saints scored with Derek Carr in his quarterback on 15 of their first 15 possessions of the season. That is unbelievable. I know the Panthers suck, but to go on the road and do it in Dallas, had the under on this game, total shit bet. No excuses. None. No, you listen, there's a long season left. Long season. He's making Dennis Allen look good. Yep. I will say this. And again. This is where, and I gotta give fucking Alan Dims credit. You know, he always busts my balls about talking about sports and not being able to watch him. Look, I wish I wasn't a married man. I wish I didn't have some responsibilities in life. I don't have a kid. I always tell you guys that. It could be, much more taxing and demanding, but I don't watch every sport. I don't watch every game. I don't watch every baseball game. When we talk about hockey and basketball, etc., and now golf too, I can't watch everything. But when you do watch, what I like to do is cap emotion and body language and mannerism. And, what did I say? Just clip that. Going to send it to your wife. I don't know what I said. If you watched, I told Pete this, by the way, because I know Pete's got the Saints under wins. I said, Pete, you don't need to rip your ticket up yet. But I said, are you worried? I wish I didn't have a wife. I wish I wasn't a married man. No, that's not what I meant. Shut up. I said, Pete, Derek Carr has a twinkle in his eye. Derek Carr has a twinkle in his fucking eye. I heard so many smart people all week. So many people love the Cowboys. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, I think we had the Cowboys last week. I said, if you watch that Cowboys game in Cleveland, the offense didn't do that much to impress you. Now, the spin and the argument to be made for betting the Cowboys is not buying what the Saints did in week 1 because the Panthers are so terrible. Fair. But you know what's hilarious? Those same people that were betting the Cowboys because they downgraded the Saints' performance based off of the Panthers being terrible were also the same people that were telling you that there's value on the Panthers getting points at home. Makes zero sense. But I'll tell you this, there's a fucking twinkle in Derek Carr's eye. That offense is fun. The New Orleans Saints are not to be faded in my list right now. How about them Cowboys? I know Carr got that dog in him. I don't know if he does, man. I don't know if he does or doesn't. I thought he did. And again, I almost hammered the Saints last year. I liked Carr. He had a chip on his shoulder. First time Derek Carr has had the new style offense he had. Gruden and McDaniels were so old school. Very, very true. Listen, as a Bucs fan, I'll tell you, John Gruden's offense, he's a good coach. So fucking boring. So complex. I hate these fucking coaches that go out there. Sean Payton is doing it too. They go out there, they give you a play call that is like 37 words long, and it's literally like a fucking tight end going on a little in and out route. Give me a break. Love it. Derek Carr, Elvis nut grab celebration had me. Yep. Only people bet on the Cowboys were me and Primer. No, there were not. Tons of people liked them. Trust me. I listen to sports betting talk all day on VSiN. Tons of people. Didn't the Cowboys do this shit though? Last year they looked great. They got stomped out by Zona week 1. Yeah, I think so. I fucking hate Sean Payton. I think he's the most overrated head coach maybe of all time. Wow. That is a great take. We'll talk about that. Never thought Carr was asked. Dude battles through injuries and horrible QB environments. Yeah, I give Carr a lot of credit when he got them to the playoffs. And they battled against the Bengals. The Bengals went to the Super Bowl. I think that was the Gruden era year too, when Gruden went down for those fucking allegations. Or no, not allegations. Those were actually facts. The emails and shit like that. Anyways, let's keep going. We're almost done. Couple more games left. Rams and Arizona. W. Greg, best bet. Arizona looked at the board, saw it immediately. The Rams have owned the Cardinals. The Cardinals being a favorite was definitely very weird. I got a little bit nervous, though, because there was so much bad news for the Rams. Sometimes that concerns me. It's like, the money hitting Arizona makes a little bit of sense. Are we getting duped? Are we walking into a trap? Whatever. Didn't overthink it. Like the Cardinals, liked Kyler Murray, like Marvin Harrison Jr., like the points. I took Kyler Murray to most passing yards on the day. That did not hit. Looked pretty good in the first half. He had like 160 something. But then took the foot off the gas because the Rams are not competitive. Listen, I'm down on this Rams team this year. I have their under win total, and a big reason is because of their defense. It's going to be a big problem. I truly think the Rams defense is going to be a big problem for them all season. And I do not really see an aging Matt Stafford in this Rams offense keeping up. I just don't. So I'm going to be fading the Rams. I'll double down here and there for sure, especially with Puka injury out. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, they are very banged up. Now, looks real good this year. Kyler is good, but I'm going to tell you this, and I was chatting about this with Fat Girls. He wants to buy a Kyler MVP ticket. Listen, I have bet on Kyler to win the MVP in the past. I believe I got him like 20-25 to 1 a couple years ago. Kyler Murray always does this. I just want to let's pump the brakes. He did look very good. Pretty good, let's say, in Buffalo. Got to be reminded, though, I believe they scored a special teams touchdown in that game, so their points were a little inflated. Kyler is a fun quarterback, and you get sucked into him winning the MVP because of his legs. Let's pump the brakes. Okay, let's pump the brakes. COD released in like a month, sell high on Kyler before the season. Hilarious. Here's the thing. He just took advantage of a very, very, very bad Rams defense. That is exactly what they were supposed to do. It's exactly what they needed to do, and he did it. Job well done. Am I going out there and taking Kyler Murray to win the MVP? Not necessarily, but if you want to, that's fine by me. I like Kyler this year. He's the second quarterback I have on my fantasy team. No big deal. I know you don't give a fuck about my fantasy team, by the way, but I just want you to know that, like, if I draft a guy, it's not just because he's available. I'm in an auction league. I go after the guys I want. I do think Kyler Murray is going to have a big year. Cardinals defense is not good. They're going to be playing from behind. I love Marvin Harrison Jr. and James Conner's a fucking dog. Bears average a league low 2.8 yards per play. The Panthers are the second worst. Wow. Not a good start for Caleb. I've got a Kyler MVP ticket and Cardinals Super Bowl ticket. Love that. Okay. No, I it's not a bad bet. What number did you get, Jules? What number did you get? Nothing really to say about the Steelers, but can we talk about your boy Bo Nix, Cam? This isn't good. Yeah, this isn't good. Cam reminded me quite often that Kenny Pickett was not going to be a good quarterback, which he was right about. Cam 1, DGen 0. Bo Nix might not be very good. Snoop Huntley to Miami is a sneaky pickup. I don't see how these teams keep drafting these high-level QB prospect with Janners on the offensive line. I keep believe the fucking Texans. Never forget the Cowboys had Dak Prescott and a 4th-round rookie contract for you. It's beginning of 30-year-old Randall Cobb. Unbelievable. Just me, or is Bo Nix like a young Baker Mayfield? Maybe. You better hope. But I'm going to tell you this. Sean Payton is in my opinion, is a dog shit coach. I'm not a Sean Payton guy. I'm just not. Never have been. Never, ever, ever have been. Let's be honest. Do the Rams even beat the Vikings and go to the Super Bowl if Brett Favre doesn't make one of the worst throws of his career? No. They lost to fucking Kirk Cousins at home. Fuck them. They lost to Jared Goff and the Rams at home, who couldn't even fucking do anything in the Super Bowl. Fuck them. No, right, I'm next IP play call with some motherfucking motion. All right, fair enough. What's up, dog? Ray anytime. Ray longest. Okay. All right, W. Schuster. Okay, let's keep moving here. That's all I really got on that game. And then I watched the first half of the Sunday Night Football game. Not much to talk about there. Cincinnati and Kansas City. I talked about this on Twitter. I tweeted a bunch of times. The Chiefs get bailed out. Mahomes gets bailed out. It doesn't mean Mahomes isn't great. It doesn't mean the Chiefs aren't great. It doesn't mean you're not respecting the Chiefs. I had a lot of Chiefs fans that were really unhappy with me yesterday. Like, oh, bro's big mad. Blah, 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 blah. He must have had Chiefs money line or Bengals money line. No, I had Bengals with the spread. Thank you, steak. Best bet. I hated it. Hated it all week. It's both can be true. Mahomes is amazing. Andy Reid's awesome. The Chiefs are great. I'm literally on record and will continue to maintain the stance that Patrick Mahomes might be the best quarterback of all time when it's all said and done, better than Tom Brady, and have more Super Bowls. You can still say this motherfucker gets bailed out because he does. I'm sorry. That was a shit throw But also, I guess you can say it was smart. He threw it in a place where there was a defender. It would have been 50-50. Maybe you take your chance on pass interference if you really want to go that route. But he got bailed out. I mean, shit. It was pass interference, but it was just a shit situation for the defender to be in my opinion. Yeah, he's kind of becoming a big bitch. I won't call him a bitch, a big baby. Yep. Yeah, Mahomes didn't look great. I mean, he's not perfect. He's fucking amazing, but he's not perfect. That's it. That's a recap, guys. What would you like to do next? You want to talk Monday Night Football, and then we'll look at Week 3. I'm probably going to roll till 12:30. We're going to be here. We're going to be here for a bit. Again, I see we got 100 plus in Twitch. What's up, guys? Good morning. It's 11:12 on the East Coast. I'm going to probably roll till 12:30 until BTL W recap. Yeah, listen, I like recap for sure. It was awesome, but Lee gives way too much benefit of the doubt. Absolutely. That hands to the face penalty sucked. Also, I can't stand Taylor Swift, the fucking camera. I know it's been talked about so many times, but like Travis Kelce scoring a touchdown or having a catch. Oh my God, Travis. Oh my God, Travis. Bro, relax. All right. The guy's just catching a touchdown pass. Like, yeah, that's great, but relax. Okay. Bo Nix cashed me a prize pick century. Yeah. Oh God, dude, it's so brutal. What days are you streaming this week? Every other day should be fine. Corp tomorrow morning, and then a flight out. I got to fly to Florida to pick up my dog, and then I'm coming back Friday night. Stream schedule should be totally fine, unscathed. Dolphins signed Tyler Huntley. Couldn't be worse than Skylar Thompson, right? No, maybe not. Okay. By the way, spoiler alert, I think I love the Dolphins. Let's talk Monday Night Football. And let's put a little entry together, all right? Mojo. Yep. All right. Let me get into the underdog. There we go. Finally picked up $87. Went 5 of 6 yesterday. We love that. Let's see. Results. No, pick them. Here we go. All right. Let's talk about this game. First and foremost, let's set the stage betting wise, though, shall we? We have the Eagles and Falcons. And we have, pull it up for you. We have the market 4 up to 5.5, total 48 down to 46, 45.5. There's 2 ways to look at this game. You could certainly see maybe a bit of an overreaction to the Falcons. First game, Kirk Cousins looked immobile. He did not look great. The offense didn't look great, but the defense was fine. I don't think that Steelers scored an offensive touchdown, right? 6 field goals. Got to have a kicker, Giants. You got to have a fucking kicker and maybe some insurance. Idiots. Anyways, no A.J. Brown, right? Is he out of this game? I think he's out. You could look at it as an overreaction. Then you can say there's value on the Falcons. Sure. For sure. I'm totally with that. There might be some value on the Falcons. Falcons still got some good players. I think Kirk is a decent quarterback. Or, and this is kind of the position I'm leaning towards, or you could say Kirk Cousins, second game, didn't look good, playing in Philly, raucous environment, prime time. That's what you could say. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's the Eagles big here. That's what I'm thinking. Devontae Smith going for 100. Dude, you know what I think? I think this running game is just going to be insane. I think this running game for the Eagles is going to be insane. Yeah. Yep. I like the Eagles. The defense is still has a lot of issues. They got young dudes. They'll probably work through it. I think this offense is going to be a machine with Saquon Barkley. Barkley, Got him to lead the league in rushing touchdowns. Got him offensive player of the year. I'm all in on Barkley. Hurts under a pick? Sure. I'll do you one better. How about Hurts under completions or pass attempts? I say they run the fuck out of the ball. Steelers ran for 5 yards a pop on ATL. Yep. Need 13 fantasy points from Saquon to win. Gelato, I ain't mushing you. That shit's in the bag. He's getting 26. He goes over sacks. Yep. The only thing is, though, I think the Falcons might adapt and they might go quick passes. They're not going to keep him in there very long. I think both of these running backs go off. Yep. Want to tell me why Darnell Mooney is listed for a TD on Prize Picks? He's probably going to get an interesting one, like a wide receiver screen. I could see that. And he's got to be the guy. Drake London's the guy. If you go, deep, plays got to be developed. You're going quick. You're going to Mooney, right? Pull up Cousins' stats from last year when he played Monday Night Football. Eagles won. Yeah, but. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was a backdoor of a lifetime. He really didn't do great, right? I'm on Mooney under yards. Only one game, so they will list every player. Got it. Low-key think Pitts has a nice game. John Dotson receiving yards not listed on my book. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. My algorithm says that the Eagles have to be a -1.5 point favorite. They're -6 now, so I'll roll with the Eagles. Very funny. Yeah, I also heard a ton of people taking the Charger or the Chiefs this week because they were saying my number is the Chiefs -8.5, -9. And again, I'm not shitting on people. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. I want to have a conversation and always try to make us better, right? Like, we're just hashing it out. We're just hashing it out. And I just want to be a devil's advocate. And sometimes I just want to tell people, so you think you're smarter than the books. There's going to be bad lines. You're going to have an edge. You're going to see a discrepancy, and you're going to take advantage of it. You think the Chiefs should be a 9-point favorite, and they're sitting there at 5.5. You think Vegas is off by 3.5 points. I took the Jags and Survivor because my line was 7. Yeah. Thank you. W's mid-major. That's all I'm saying. I will never be able to bet that way because I don't think I am smarter than the books. If I think a team should be favored by 10 and they're favored by 7, the first thing that I think is, what do they know? They know something I don't. And I get concerned. Sometimes I will sack up and I'll still bet it. Absolutely. If that's what you want to do and that works for you, stick to it. I'm not telling you to change something that's a winning formula. I just think it's funny that some people think that they are smarter and better at making these numbers. If you want to do it for small schools in fucking college basketball and a 70-game slate in college football, fine. But like, the NFL is crazy to me. Crazy. Anyways. But during CBBC, you'll see bettors die on K-pop. Oh, yeah, for sure. Texans and Survivor was sharp. Yeah, that was a nice play. I took the Lions. I had the Lions -13.5 in my model. That's why I took them. Texans, Bengals, Vegas said 6, finished at 6. Early on, I think you can find an edge on the props, but yeah, props are a different beast. And I see these fucking NBA guys out there. They're winning like crazy. They run their models, and listen, I don't think the algorithms have caught up. I really don't. So now's the time to take advantage. NBA betting, prop betting has been a beast. It's been huge, and there's a lot of winning bettors out there. I think, though, watch this year, things are going to get more difficult. That's my prediction. Like, I do think Vegas will catch up, personally. Works in college baseball. Find the small. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, I would have had it Texas -12. Vickers didn't fumble. Very funny. All right, back to the game. Game script. Game script. Let's pull up the underdog. By the way, I had the link if you guys want to sign up. Sorry, I got to be corp. I don't think I'm that corp, though, all things considered. If you want to sign up for Underdog, There's the link, 50% deposit match, promo code DGen. If you can't see the link and you want to sign up, it's pinned to the top of the Twitch chat. We are using Underdog. Prize Picks is illegal in New York, and I think Underdog so far has been pretty good. So I'm going really small with these things. I did $25. That's 0.25 units for me. Bet smart, bet responsibly. Remember that you are parlaying things with these entries and these picks. So anyways, be smart, be responsible. If you want to tail, awesome. Do so at your own discretion. I am not whaling any of these things. I am betting responsibly. Even with the bonus, when it's like free money or free bets, I don't care. Okay. Let's go to the NFL. Let's see what we got up. All right. And let me also just tell Twitter in case anybody gives a fuck. We are talking Monday Night Football, Eagles, Falcons. Now, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to take a quick piss. I'll be right back. Back like I never left. All right, let's go. Who's ready to fucking dig in on props? All right, here we go. All right. I think we get a running game, dude. I'm going lower. I'm going fucking lower. You know what? I didn't even look at the total. What's the total in this game? Oh, 48 down to 46, 45 and a half. Probably no AJ Brown's going to do it. Man, I like the Eagles to score still, dude. AJ Brown ain't playing. Yep. Bijan rush attempts. Yep. I like that too. You said Ray. Yep. Standing on business. I like Jalen Hurts to not throw that much. I think the Eagles are going to be winning this game by a comfortable margin. I think they are going to run the fuck out of the ball. That's what I think. Let's see. Steak, you've been red hot in props, dude. Carrying prop talk. Steak, you got anything you like? Please speak up. Cowboys lost, so Falcons money line. Can't take an under interception. Oh, yeah, you can. Right here. Right here, MJ. Lower than right here. I don't know. I'm like 3-15 in my picks this weekend. Chuck, keep your head up, bro. Hey, in all seriousness, this past week was brutal. Absolutely brutal. If you came out of this week a small loser or even, you did great, in my opinion. Keep your head up. It's a long season. Bijan scoring in this game is going over. However, Saquon scores 3 touchdowns and everyone forgets the tush push. Give me Jalen Hurts touchdown. Like that. I'm going to go like a window BRB. Good morning, team chat. Friday night 1-on-1 footy. Yellow bandana. If anybody cares about footy, there you go. W. Broad depression. Holy shit. No. Hang in there. But listen, I will tell you right now, my advice always, if you're hot, you press. If you're cold, you scale back. Do a couple of plays. Do not fucking spread yourself out too thin. Hone in on a few things. Those 3 bets you won, how'd you win them? Focus on what works and lean into it, all right? Hey, DGen, can you drop the Gambler merch link? It's the website, brother. TheDegenerateWeekly.com. However, the gambling merch link. However, there's not a lot of stuff on there, okay? I promise everybody I'm in the works. We're getting more mugs, getting more trucker hats. Hang tight. Bear with me. We're in the works, okay? And we'll get beanies going too, 100%. Get back to running the ball. W. Beeman, appreciate you. I'll love, bro. We patient. W's. All right. I know you're a fantasy expert. Would you rather roster Purdy or Geno the rest of the season? You want to hear this? Actually, it's a great question. You want to hear my take on this? Gambling hoodies too. That's actually a fucking dope idea. I'm going to be in Florida. I'll swing by. I haven't checked any hoodies. I need to get the material. I have t-shirts ready and I have the hats. Talked about this with Fat Girls. Did Fat Girls tell you to ask me to ask this question? What's up, new follower? What's up, Beeson? No, not Bangladesh. No. I would go Geno Smith. We talked about this, and Fat Girl said Kyler Murray MVP 30-1. And I said, sure. And I hit him back with Geno Smith. What about Geno Smith? We're talking long shots. He was like, are you being serious? That's what Fat Girl said to me. Are you being serious? I'm like, oh, no. He goes, Geno who? Geno Orietta. Who the fuck do you think I'm talking about? The disrespect for Geno Smith. He's like, Geno's not good. I said, Geno won comeback player of the year in 2022. He says, that doesn't mean he's good. I said, oh, so bad players win that award, right? Geno Smith, in my opinion, I'm just saying, he's got a new offensive coordinator who had a very good offense in college and a new head coach. He just had the best quarterback performance of the weekend on the road in a hostile environment, traveling cross country. Hold on. Here's my point. We're all going to get excited about Kyler Murray, but you're going to not give any credit to Geno Smith? Hold on. Why? Yeah, Steak and piss with JSN. I don't know what the deal is with Steak. Steak doesn't like JSN or this Vikings offense. Geno made some fucking throws. Yes, I am not going out there and telling you to go bet Geno Smith MVP. Absolutely not. But all I'm saying is this. We are underestimating how bad that Rams defense is. So just hold on. We're going to see what Kyler Murray just did at home against a terrible and injured, I'm not going to say terrible, a bad and injured Rams defense, but we're not going to give Geno Smith any credit. All of a sudden, he didn't fade JSN. He told us all not to bet him. Now, still have my Seahawks win the division ticket. There's something there. I like what I'm seeing from the Seahawks. I'm not overreacting because, again, I'm not going out there and taking the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl, to win the NFC. I'm not taking Geno Smith to win the MVP. My best bet is probably fading the Seahawks. Hint, hint. All I'm saying is this. Yes, they beat Bo Nix. They beat Jacoby Brissett. I understand. Kyler Murray balled out against a terrible Rams defense. We're going to see Walker out if Geno can win without a run game. Yep. Jordan Mason back-to-back 100-yard games yet. GMP and I didn't. Steak, have you met Dejan? All the dude does is overreact. Shut the fuck up. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I do like overreacting, but sometimes I'm right. By the way, Steak went and took me courtside to watch the Nuggets and Magic play. What did I tell you after that game, Steak? Steak will tell you. Tell him, Steak. I said, Joel Embiid is winning the MVP. Joel Embiid was plus 275, plus 350, something like that. Jokic was minus 300. What did I tell you, Steak? I said, Steak, Embiid's winning the MVP. I don't even know what I just said. Lock it up. He sure did, and we cashed. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Is Derek Carr the fucking best? No. Once McDonald gets that D right, yeah, I think they win 10 games. I'm not saying there's not. That Michael Porter was kind of cute in person. Is going to feed families tonight. Oh, does he already have stuff locked in? Hurts on a rushing yards. Doesn't look like have the same short distance quickness. Kellen Moore not running as many design runs. Barkley in the backfield. I don't like it. I'm going to be on Jalen Hurts. I don't know if I like the over under in this game. No, stop that. I think the Eagles win comfortably. Now, it must be stated, I think the offense for the Eagles is a wagon. I think their defense is still suspect. I'm not comfortable enough on betting the Eagles tonight. I'm just not. But I will take an underdog entry to have some fun because I love to gamble. But let's always remember this is the best drug in the world. Moderation, responsibly. You drink enough water, you can kill you. All right? Be smart. Take some accountability. TB Check with a sub-bank 13-monthers. Well, we got a packed Twitch chat in here. Love to see that. 112 viewers. We got almost 900 on Twitter and YouTube. You guys, people love Mondays. People love Mondays. W's, dude. Weed the best drug? Maybe way too much money on Philly tonight. You think so? I think a parlay. Keep in mind, we just saw a lot of fucking favorites go down. Or at least not cover. You know what I mean? A lot of chaos. Never forget when cappers would just give out primetime unders and think they were labbing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know. Philly does seem free, DGen. Do they? I don't know. I don't know that they do. You got to remember. One thing to remember. I said this just about the Lions. You got to remember sometimes these teams are trendy in the offseason. Everybody loved the Falcons. Loved. Weed is not a drug. It's a plant. Love that. Vegas had a field day yesterday. They can afford to let Philly win by 2 TDs. Great fucking point. And it's Public Monday, which I've been saying since I've got on this fucking app. Kirk can't throw. Yeah, I'm seeing fives in the market with all this money on Philly. Yeah. What's up, bad guy who's actually a good guy? Perk Thuggins is going for, I don't even know who that is. Is that a real person? Perk Thuggins? It's actually a very fun name. Eagles defense wreaks havoc tonight. Really? 22-16, Philly wins, but I think ATL covers. Ooh, exact score POD. Damn, this is fun. Oh, man, what do I like? I like the Eagles to cover. What's the Eagles team total? I think they go over their team total. 28-17. Eagles 28-17. Wow. What are you talking about? What did I say? What? Perk Thuggins? Wait, what? What? He said Kirk. He said Perk Thuggins. He didn't say Kirk Thuggins. Yo, DJ and Podcast was great. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate the feedback. I'll do more of that. I wake up early as fuck now. I don't know why. My internal clock is like 4:30. I've been going to bed at 10. I just wake 6.5 hours, which I don't necessarily recommend. You should get a lot of sleep. Look at Tom Brady. All right. I'm struggling in my old age. That's why I'm trying to crush some fucking banana, blueberries, protein powder, threw an avocado in here. It made sense. So ATL couldn't do this shit week 1. Steelers pass rush insanely good. Philly is on D like that. Seems more logical. ATL does kick more field goals. Yep. Kirk Thuggins. I had no idea. To give Kirk extra second, he should dice up Philly. Yeah. Philly's secondary is not great. I agree. Speaking of Brady, kind of underwhelming in the booth. Yeah. Yes. I didn't hear him yesterday, but I saw like a couple of minutes of him. Not good. I even tweeted about it. Not good. I'm down 8 units this month. Help me. We're trying, Tailing. We're trying. I've been telling you guys, man, there's a lot of season left. Don't overreact. Slow and steady. Be responsible. Don't go out there like fucking prime 8 open spot parlays. Don't do that. Slow and steady. And again, I this is what I do say. Going out there and hammering these player prop parlays and everything like that is not a long-term plan for success. What I do, I try to do it in the most responsible way possible. I'm not over here advocating for fucking 5-leg parlays. What I'm saying is this. If you don't like a side and you don't like a total and you're like me and you do love betting on sports and you want some excitement and you want some action, go small. Go a quarter unit. That's $25 for me. Maybe it's $5 for you. Maybe it's $10. Maybe it's $1. I don't fucking know. And you want to win a little bit. Scale back. You don't have to put a full unit on anything if you don't like it. I'm hammering one right now. God, you're just never gonna learn. You're just a lost soul. Good luck to you though, Prime. I wish you the best. Okay. Let's get back in the fucking lab. Let's get in the fucking lab. I don't think Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball much tonight. Just my thought. I like runs in this game. Now, on the flip side, man, he'll be dealing tables in Vegas within the decade. Pitt has one of the best defenses in the league, though, too. Very true. Great advice. Thank you, Sushi Bets. No, I don't unit shame. Absolutely not. I don't care. I don't care if you want to bet to have fun and maybe you don't make a lot of money. I don't give a fuck. I do not care. The only unit shaming I do is with Greg, because that guy bets like a bitch. Okay. I got to tell you, man, I just want to go back. I just want to go back to sack. I 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 want to go back to sack. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. This guy is scoring. This guy is scoring. I don't give a shit. I don't give a flying fuck. Johnny Wilson? The guy from FSU? They have Johnny Wilson? Interesting. He's sneaky little, he's sneaky fun player. Let's see. I need somebody on the Falcons, guys. I need someone on the Falcons. This is so chalky. Actually, no, it's not. Saquon scoring, but Jalen under attempts is not chalky. Maybe I should go under completions, actually. Oh, 21 completions. You know what? Maybe that's what I'm going to do. I hope I don't regret this. I hope I don't regret this. All right. Here we go. Kirk. All right. I'm really trying to think about this game script. All right. This is what I love to do, by the way. I love going to the sauna, going for a run, and you just think about the game. I did run 2 miles already today, but to be honest, I was thinking about recaps more than I was thinking about the game. No big deal. Humble brag. 2 miles, 10-20 pace, slow and steady. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's just hear me out. Hear me out. When I think back to watching the Falcons and Steelers, I did watch a decent amount of that game because we had the Steelers as a best bet. Shout out Steak. Kirk Cousins was under pressure all day, whether that's the offensive line not being great or that could be TJ Watt. The Eagles don't have TJ Watt. Nobody has TJ Watt. Well, I take that back. There is Myles Garrett. There is Micah Parsons. I take that back. The Eagles don't have TJ Watt, but they do have some dogs. Absolutely. That defensive line is still pretty fucking good. He's not mobile. He can't really plan off of his back foot from what we've seen, right? I'm not going to overreact. I'm just saying what we've seen. Hutch too. Yep. I think the game plan, if you are the Atlanta Falcons, I think the game plan has to be quick releases, quick passes, screens, dump offs, slants. I think that's got to be it. Limit the mistakes, right? I think that's got to be it. That's what I'm getting at. Drew. I want Bijan. I love Bijan. He's prime time. Big time players make big time plays in big time games. It's a big game. Falcons don't want to go 0-2, obviously. Eagles don't want to lose their home opener, obviously. It's a great Monday night football game. And as a Bucs fan, I'd like to I want the Falcons to lose. So I am a fucking Fly Eagles Fly guy today. Maybe I should go to a Philly bar. Last night, DJ's a bachelor. Then I fly home, or not home. I fly to Orlando tomorrow. See my wife, who I love so dearly. Make up for that other comment. I don't think I like London the most in this game. London is the receiver. First of all, I'm not a Drake London guy. I still will never forgive the Falcons. I had Garrett Wilson, 2 units, first receiver drafted. I will never forgive them for taking Drake London, ever. Anyways, I'll never stop telling you that, by the way. Drake London needs, not that he's not going to do anything, but he's the deep threat guy, isn't he? The quick guys are going to be Bijan, Mooney, and maybe Pitts. I think. I don't know. I think it's Bijan in the receiving game. That's what I think too. Oh, don't even get me started. Maybe. Could be yards because he can just get like 3 catches and have like 90. Mooney receptions. I don't mind Mooney. But I have to tell you, as of right now, I'm going to keep going through this on Underdog. I'm going to keep going through this. By the way, if anybody is signing up, I do have that link pinned. Oh, no, I don't anymore. Sorry. I'm going to pin it right now. If you want to sign up for Underdog, there's the link right there. 50% deposit match. It's the last time I'll say it today, too. I've been corp enough. I fucking think it's Bijan receiving. 5 catches is crazy. I'm going catches. Receiving yards. Yeah, this is the game script, in my opinion. He was the preseason fave in the NFC South to have the most receiving yards. Really? Well, that's probably also to do with Kirk, right? And Kirk's not there yet. Drake will have a great game, DJ. Maybe he'll get there. Maybe. I'm going to stick to my gut though. I'm not a big London guy. Yeah. Oh, I believe you. I don't hate that. I think they're just going to run, dude. Run. It's going to be Sack. Sack's getting in that fucking end zone. Sack might score every single game. The more and more I think about it, I just can't believe this guy went to a division rival. I just can't. I just think he wants to fucking stick it to the Giants. Not fucking paying a running back, trying to get cute. Although I don't totally disagree with the GM's thinking for long-term future. You know what I mean? Paris Campbell, or Paris the city. I love Paris. He might just do it twice tonight. Wait till he plays the Giants, dude. It's going to be, like the kids say, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be a fucking movie. I love when kids say that. Last night was a movie. Saquon feels like last year's CMC. Totally agree. Never forget, I had CMC MVP 150-1. Shout out to Dave Mason, Bet Online. He put it up for me. That shit got down to like 12-1. CLV, cash it. Cash. Prime took Cowboys yesterday, and he definitely bet them double down. Be nice to Prime. Let's leave him alone. He's got Baker MVP. Allen, Prime has Baker MVP. Let's give him some credit. That's a great ticket. Goddard usage doesn't do much when AJ is out. Probably Dotson get more targets. Throw it to the back. Yeah. Derrick Henry is on the Titans. Scored every fucking game, if not first or second. Yep. I agree. Yep. It'll be chalk as shit. It'll be so square. It's going to feed families. Kirk loves some Pitts. I'd rank Pitts, Bijan, London in terms of, okay. Barkley just needs to stay healthy. Yep. Cowboys fucked me. Yep. Backfired, that is. When it gets that low, do they offer cash out? No. Well, Bet Online doesn't anyway. To be honest, I would not have cashed out, though. I actually really thought CMC had a very, very good chance to win. Okay. Here's where I'm at right now in this Underdog entry. I got Sack. I'm going back to Sack. I got the Sack, man. I got Hurts under completions because I think Philly's going to be in control of this game. I think they're going to run the ball, and I think they're going to have success running the ball. The most difficult decision for me is Bijan. We have to remember something, guys. Here's what we have to remember. Come on, it's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. We have to remember something. We have to. The Eagles' defense is not that good. Have to remember it. Jordan Love was carving these boys up. He really was. Packers still scored. Packers got what they wanted. Not saying the Falcons or the Packers. I'm not saying Kirk, if he's healthy, obviously he's up to Jordan Love standards, but not right now. But the other thing we'll say is this. Remember all the fucking FUD we saw on social media with Joe Burrow not being able to pick up a water bottle? Could it be a little bit of a repeat performance with a guy who all we've seen is someone who can't plan off his back foot? Maybe Kirk balls tonight, bro. I'm going to say they lean on Bijan. That's the final answer. My entry, one more time. Let's see what it pays. You know what? I'm not going to be a bitch. I like the flex. I did the flex on the 6-legger. We hit 5 of 6. Thank you to Prop Talk. Paid $81. Would have paid $700 if fucking Gus busted one. That was my bad. I'm going to go 50. I'm going to go half a unit because it's 3. It's not 5 or 6 or anything crazy. I'm going to go half a unit. I'm going to play it. Boom. There we go. Just so you can see. Slip. There you go, fuckers. Bijan higher receiving yards. Saquon and Hurts. That's it. That field was dog shit too. Everybody was falling. Ooh, good point. Good point. Field was terrible. Yep. Eagles are bad against play action. It's actually really good. That's actually a pretty good point. Field was terrible. Yeah. I like it. What did I say? 28-17 final. With what KOC is doing, and Darnold's about to talk about Kurt being that guy. Yep. D-Gen surrendering to the slip police. Fuck the slip police. Go under receptions. Penix might get in if Cousins sucks. Yeah, I don't know about tonight, though. Is underdog legal in Texas? I normally just play Prize Picks here. I don't know. Try it out. You get 50% deposit match if you use that link in Twitch, Jay McSneak. You put $10 in there, you get fucking 5. Put 100, you get 50. You know how it works. Thank you, by the way, D Sage Vic. First time chatter, new follower. What's up? Eagles team total line. First comment. Thank you for the contributions. Got a lot of followers today. Let's go. A couple of subs. Appreciate all the support, by the way, guys. Support's been awesome. We've been grinding, doing as much as we can when we can. Website has the newsletter subscription. You can subscribe for free. Picks go out every Friday morning. We've been grinding. It was a grind last week. We're going to keep grinding all fucking season, man. We are treating this as much as we can like a full-time job. All right. We are really doing our best. I so wish I could be doing this when I'm fucking in my 20s and no responsibilities. I'll tell you that. Be having a fucking blast. Still trying to do. Oh, yeah, dude. Not even trying to be a fucking salesy guy. Listen, I've worked in sales since I'm 17 years old. That's 20 years. I've been working in sales, wireless, fucking, I did telemarketing for a week and a half. I can't do it. It's scummy. I was out. Wireless and mostly real estate, right? I let the products sell themselves. I truly do. I truly do. You will not see me being a fucking pushing anything that I don't actually use and like myself. Underdog notifications are actually kind of dope. Prize Picks might do this too. I don't know. But it hit me up and it said, hey, you have a $10 free entry that expires tonight. I was like, oh, I put $10 on like a 5-legger. I threw fucking Zach Allen over and runs. I took Taj Bradley, whatever. It didn't hit, but it was risk-free. I was like, dope. Hey, you have a 30% boost. It's going to expire tonight. Dope. Yeah, exactly. Degen did Cutco sale. Oh, dude, I met with Cutco. Swear on my life. Met with Cutco. Do you remember Cutco? By the way, we're going to talk week 13 lines after this. And then BTL running today. They should be running today. We'll roll into BTL at 12:30. Cutco. I met with Cutco. You know what Cutco did? Such scammers. Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, whatever you call it. Not Ponzi. No, I'm not betting baseball, Russell. I'll make a tweet about that, by the way. Dude, Cutco sent me a thing in the mail, and they were like, you are one of the elite salespeople in your area. We invite you to come have a meeting, blah, blah, blah. I was like, damn, how do they know I got skills? I don't know. But I went to week 3 bets, just jumped to 13 already. Anyways, I met with Cutco, and it was a big group of people, and they were selling me on this stuff, and I was like, oh, I could sniff this shit out. But again, I've been duped in my life. This is why I'm a contrarian. You get duped. You start to get suspect. You start questioning things. This is why I think more and more people in life, everybody just trusts people in power and experts and all this shit. I'm like, you don't think people are out for themselves? Everybody's about the dollar, bro. Everybody. Anyways, I digress. These motherfuckers are over here telling me how great these knives are. And then they're like, you should go out and sell these knives. And then they're like, but you know what? When you sell these knives and you go door to door and you meet with people, it would be really, really smart and important if you had the knives there. And I go, wait a minute. You're going to have me go out and sell these knives, and you're not going to give me a set of knives to sell? You're telling me I have to pay fucking $170 for a set of knives to go out and sell myself? Unbelievable. I was like, yo, I was in a room with like 40 people. I literally walked up and got up and left. Out. Yeah, but be careful with that woke thing, because woke gets assigned with a political party, and that is not me, brother. I am right down the fucking middle. I don't align. I don't label myself anything. I'm an independent thinker, but I am suspect. I'll tell you that right now. DJ and the knife seller. Yeah, no. He's like, BK. They cut over a bit and they gave me knives. Oh, really? Well, they didn't give me live. You know what? I bet you they got in trouble. We've all been there. I ended up finding out that my dad had a set of Cutco knives, and he was like, yeah, I bought them from your cousin. I was like, oh no, she got into it. Cannot believe. Oh yeah, dude, they're trying to kill this man. Anyways, we're not going to talk politics. We are going to talk week 3. Is everybody down for week 3? That's what they want you to do. They want your family to just be like, oh, fucking Bork is out here. He's trying to make a name for himself. Let's support him. You go out there, you buy a set yourself. Then you go out there, you sell it to your family. Your family feels bad for you. They want you to get off your feet. And they buy some shit, and then you give up. And Cutco is just ching. They ain't got to pay you shit. How about that Raiders, baby? All right. Let's talk week 13, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I think we're ready. We're fucking lit right now. And I hate saying that as an old person, by the way, but 123 in there. By the way, if you're watching on Twitter, you're watching for free. You don't have to pay for a sub bang or anything like that. I appreciate everybody in here on Twitch that is subbing to watch without ads and handing out subs left and right. You guys are awesome. Noah Thornton gave out a 10-uniter last week. If you're watching on Twitter, hit that like button, retweet, engage on it. Goes a long way. Helps us out. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Can we skip Thursday Night Football? Yeah, we'll talk about it. But I want you to know that my first lean is the New York Jets. But we're going to skip it. Like the Jets. Yeah, people are on the Falcons. I lean Eagles. 28-17 exact score POD. At the end of the day, Kirk might be fine. Coming from a Jets fan, that's crazy. You think so? Our run defense is atrocious. Yeah, that's all right. Listen, that was a really, really, really tough start to the schedule. Huge to get that win. Huge. You'll be okay. Listen, this New England Patriots hype party, it's not going to last forever. This is the time when the Patriots dog walked you. Let me remind you of something. Do you guys remember? This is important. This is why we recap. Jets ESPN 2023 schedule. Do you guys remember this? Hold on. Do you guys remember this? Let me show you something. You see that week 18? The Jets went into New England. They were 6-10. Nothing mattered. The season's over. Trevor Siemian playing quarterback. And you know what they did? They fucking dog walked them. They went into New England and they won 17-3, and they fucking dog walked them. This team, and one thing I'll give Robert Salah credit for, I'm not the biggest Robert Salah guy, but I'll tell you right now, they have had years of misery. When they have the ability and the opportunity to get back to these divisional teams like the Patriots, who have tormented them for years, I think they're going to do it. I think the Jets fuck the Patriots up. Early lean. Yeah, he's not great. He's not great. Agree, though. Think they beat the fuck out of MB. Yep. All right, let's keep moving. Bucks and Broncos. Tough. If that number is accurate, I hate that spread. Hate it. How about another revenge spot? Not that the Bucks have any sort of bone to pick with the fucking Denver Broncos, but you know who they do have a bone to pick with? You guys should know this. Sean fucking Payton, the coach of the Denver Broncos, who used to be the coach of the New Orleans Saints. I'm not saying many of these guys give a fuck. Could be a little narrative play. But here's what I love. Todd Bowles, defensive mastermind. Got a rookie QB coming in town. Pirate ship. Weird place to play. Probably going to be hot. Bo Nix and this Broncos offense is in big trouble. Now, I can't buy the Bucks after that high. I can't buy the Bucks high. I just can't. Yep. Model has Baker 40+ yards. Yep. Plus money, real question, Carr and Kamara. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, he fucking sucks. Be the shit out of Sean Payton in week 7 in New Orleans. Love it. All right, here's where we're going to go. Minnesota. I think people are going to get cute with the Vikings. No, I like the Jets to fuck up the Patriots in Thursday Night Football, and I'm very, very worried about the Bucks at this number spread-wise. I think the Bucks are going to win, but it's just a tough spot after that huge win in Detroit. But this is going to be the team, I think, that brings it all year because I think Bowles is actually turning into a good coach. I love the Jets, Matt. Love them. I'll be on the Jets. Actually, I don't even know if it's probably too late to punch that in, but 6.5 has been a scary number. We pointed that out. 6.5 has been a terrible number. You like a favorite at 6.5? I got news for you. They're probably going to lose outright. Yeah. I hate to say it. I think the Houston Texans, this total at 45 is crazy. The total at 45.5 is crazy. Texans defense is pretty legit. We just had an under game primetime. Minnesota's defense is legit. Hate to tell you this. I think the Texans are probably the square play that hits. That's what I think. Ooh. Yes. God, this is why I fucking love doing the board review. Love it. I would have never thought of that. Yes. Yep. It's going to be a good game. Darnold coming off that big high Darnold revenge game against San Francisco. Stroud hasn't been seen that Bulls defense before. We'll give him some fits, in my opinion. You mean Flores, right? Don't even know if the Texans will be square. Feels like people are buying into the Vikings heavy. Yeah, I don't. Racist. I think that. I think I like the Texans. Pittsburgh and the Chargers. Man, oh man. It's going to be a good game. And by that, I mean it's going to be a fucking ugly game. Pittsburgh's going to get up. Team from Los Angeles. And you saw what Harbaugh said? I love this. LA is staying on the East Coast. Love that. Is Pittsburgh really -2? That's 4.5 down to 2. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to be on the Texans. Wow. 1.5, 2.5. That 2.5 has been a tricky number for home favorites, but the Commanders did just pull it out, although it was a little weird. The Giants, you know what I remembered? The Giants get one of those 2-point conversions. They cover. They lose and cover. God, that sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. That sucks. By the way, just to acknowledge something real quick, I love Shady Beeve. One of my favorite followers on Twitter. Don't listen to him buying points, shaming. Don't listen to him. Bozo take. Do whatever you want. And I'll tell you right now, I just saved myself 2 units. Granted, it lost in the Circa Millions, and granted, it loses in the newsletter for our record and credibility. I had the Giants plus 2.5 in the week. I bought a half a point, minus 120, and put 2 units on it. Guess what? Buying that half a point was the difference between me saving $200 and losing $200. Don't lean into that. He really got you with that one, huh? He ain't getting me. He's telling people. I think it's a bad take. Don't not buy a point on a key number because you don't think it's cool. Beav is starting to become Primer 2.0. No, Beav is the man. All because the kicker was hurt. Don't even get me started. Yeah. No. Bad take. Do whatever you want. You want to buy a little insurance on a key number? It's fine. Don't buy 4.5 to 5. You know what I mean? But if you want to buy 6.5 to 7, key number, 2.5 to 3, lose by a field goal. Beav, one of the good trust fund ones. Beav's got a trust fund? I did not know that. If you listen to Beav, take a long look in the mirror. Beav is the man. He's hilarious, by the way. One of my favorite follows on Twitter. You're telling me a punter can't kick the extra point? Handyman, don't even get me started, okay? Let's get back to it. But I just wanted to point that out. Bought a half a unit, also WCLV. Bought a half a unit, a half a point, 2.5 to 3. Giants lost by 3, saved 2 units. Trust fund baby shitting on another trust fund baby. Wild. When are the beanies going to be available? I love that people are talking. I'm going to fucking call this guy today and we need to get the ball rolling. What's taking a while is I'm still setting up. They need to make me a Shopify account or whatever the fuck they use. And so I had to sign some paperwork because they're handling everything. Literally, I got too much going on. Literally what we're going to do. I can't handle fucking processing orders, filling them, printing, cutting, taping the box, having the box. I don't have space for a box. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment that's 600 square feet. I am getting these guys are doing everything. We're literally going to have an idea. They're going to make it, put it on the website, pre-sale, whatever, pre-order, order it, and then it'll get shipped. Do you have a logo you're throwing on it? Yes, my fault. I had the over in that game. That's all right. Okay, let's get back to it. I lean Steelers. That's going to be a really good game. A good, ugly game. Man, this is going to be good. Eagles. Bro, there ain't no way you're eating biscuit at fucking noon, dog. Herbert may be out. You're right. Ooh. Don't like that. Never mind. I'm out. Eagles beat the Saints. I kind of think so too, but man, you know what? The Saints might be a team that I just stay away from. I stay away from the Saints. All right, here we go. I hate to say it because I have their under wins. The Titans are getting their first win of the season. That's what I think. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that the Titans are capable of beating the Green Bay Packers. Does anybody agree? Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? I thought it was a little earlier when I started that, and then I looked at the time and I was like, actually, noon's not that bad. I'm not a big barbecue guy. I eat it probably twice a year, but that's fine. Yeah, I thought about that today. I was going to put a tweet out there that said, man, the NFL script writers are nuts. Malik Willis revenge game in week 3. Actually, I'll probably still tweet that. That tweet might do okay. I still can't believe I tweeted about Clint Kubiak and not one person liked it. Tell you how little respect the Saints get. I'll tell you that. What's for lunch today? I don't even know. I don't have a plan for lunch today. I was probably going to go easy and have a salad, but I'm kind of craving a bagel. Maybe I might get a bagel. Is that weird? Bagel for lunch? Bagel sandwich? I don't know. Better than ice cream and Skittles. Yeah, that's true. Man, Skittles are fucking deadly. Is Greg gatekeeping my place? No, he's actually just been slacking. Greg, I love the guy to death. He's putting so much effort into the newsletter. He's cranking, but like he's got a lot going on in life. He's got a newborn. He can only take on so much. Got a new job. He's getting established. I get it. I'm not going to put any pressure on him. Really, really, really going to need that map play though. I'm going to hit him up. No, but I'm definitely implementing and getting a little bit healthier. I'm trying to. You know why? Because my stamina is taking a beating, dude. I'm trying to do these streams and then I'm immediately switching over and going to work, answering emails, heading out for showings, and then coming back and doing spaces and all. I'm hitting a wall. I'm hitting a fucking wall. Last week was an eye-opener for me when I had to go out and I was out at 7 a.m. I had a couple of meetings and stuff. And then I had a meeting on call where I talked for an hour and then I did the stream for an hour and a half. I literally on the couch for an hour. I was like, I told my wife, I was like, I'm done. I can't do anything right now. 4 bagel halves. I don't even know what that means. Okay, let's keep moving. The Titans are going to get their first win, unfortunately. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh. Calling it right now, ladies and gentlemen. After what I just saw from the Giants defense, it is going to be a revival Deshaun Watson legacy game. That defense was so fucking bad. No, I'm done. Brown skull fuck. Yeah. Giants lowest scoring team. Yeah. It's a 28-3 game. That is on Jayden Daniels. See, the thing about Jayden Daniels is this. He's not a great passer yet. And he's a rookie. When the field gets shorter, the decision-making becomes much more difficult by default. There's less room for these wide receivers to run. When he had an open field, they didn't punt. He made every play because the Giants' defensive scheme was so terrible. They were 11 yards off the wide receivers. They didn't cover. They didn't plan for a wide receiver halfback screen or a halfback draw on 3rd and 15. Yeah, dude. Honestly, the fucking Jets should go after him. Amari Cooper, 17 targets, 5 catches on the year. Wow. Yep. Cleveland's going to go back home. And they're going to do right by their fans after that abysmal performance in week 1. That's what they're going to do. Cleveland Browns would be my Survivor pick, but I'm not in Survivor. Also, shout out. Remember Krabs? I'm not shitting on Krabs, but this is, I hate when people talk like this. It mushes everything. He said he's taken the Giants in Survivor and he's the best Survivor player on earth. I just knew that was coming. I just knew it. I was listening to BTL. I think I was on my city bike and I was like, every time you get too high, you mush. Dude, Jones played fine. Jones was fine. It was really not his fault that they lost. Jones played fine. GRP took the Jags. GG. Yeah. All right. Brown. That's not Krabs hate, by the way. I can bust balls with people I like, just to be clear. Wow. Bears and Colts. I don't know what to make of this. No way. Yeah. They started to become corp. You know what I started hearing more and more is how bad the Commanders' defense was, and I was like, fuck. Yeah. I'm not shitting on Krabs, by the way. I'm just talking about when people say things like that, it's a mush. It could be anybody. Krabs was just the one that did it. And it was my best bet. So I was like, oh, fuck. Hey, let's set up something this week before last minute so you can't steal my best bet again, yeah? I stole your best bet? You didn't even like the Giants. The Giants were my best bet. Are you being serious or are you joking? Brown skull fuck. That's what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. And Daniel Jones didn't even really play that bad. I didn't have the Ravens team total under. That wasn't my best bet. Matt, you can't distract me with things that aren't even accurate. Come on. I've been talking for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Please. I had the Raiders. Unless you're just totally joking. I had the Raiders in that game, which I loved. All right. But yes, I do want to do a space, Matt. We'll figure something out. We'll do something this week, especially since I can't stream tomorrow. Let's coordinate. We'll DM later. I don't have a read in that game at all. Here we go. Give me the Fins, baby. Members who play 10 plus on Hurts full game passing yards will get a boost. I don't really know what that means. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. I think it's a bad spot for Seattle. Cross country. I mean, Miami's got a long flight. Don't get me wrong. Traveling back home, Miami's got a long flight. Miami's got a little extra time to prepare. That didn't help the Ravens, though. Just want to be clear. But I think I think Skylar Thompson is going to be competent. It's going to be a terrible environment for him to play. But I do think that Mike McDaniel can simplify this game, whether it's rushing. And keep in mind, the Seattle defense just had to deal with a fucking pretty decent running back and rushing attack. Snoop Huntley starting QB for Miami? I don't know. Maybe. I think Miami's going to be okay. And I think what, the Broncos and Bo Nix put up 20 points on this defense. The Patriots put up 20 points on this defense. Miami can score. I do think Miami can score. Give me the Dolphins. 6.5 is a scary number. Hasn't been working out that well in the NFL. I'll tell you this. I will also tell you this. I just spent a lot of time telling you not to bet the Panthers. I will absolutely tell you this. This is not a good spot for the Raiders. I think the Raiders are on a tremendous high after beating the Ravens. They got to come back home. They're laying 7 points. Gardner Minshew, I do not trust him laying 7 points. Do not. Maybe I can find out for you. Let's see. Miami. I'll be able to find out. Yeah, Miami was -2. And we just saw this with Malik Willis. Huge 8.7 points flip. If I lose, Miami wins under because of Huntley after losing to the Raiders in the last year. Yeah, that's tough, dude. That's tough. That's very tough. Don't like that spot for the Raiders. I will not be on the Raiders. I would not play the Raiders even in Survivor. Full fans for notice. They could put me in. Yeah, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. But I do not like the Raiders. Also, you get Bryce Young in a dome. Oh, no, he was just in a dome in New Orleans. Never mind. Stupid. Baltimore and Dallas. Dude. Is it weird I like Dallas? What do you guys think? I like Dallas. Avoiding that game. Are they? Yeah, exactly. You don't think the Ravens are obvious? You just got to beat the Cowboys. The Ravens are 0-2. People think the Ravens are going to go 0-3. Cowboys just lost 44-19 at home. Yeah. Me too, Steak. Me too. Don't forget D-Gen's bold take. Don't forget D-Gen's bold take of the year. John Harbaugh on the hot seat. Ravens under wins, baby. Great start. Needed that. Lamar's just not that guy. Have Ravens miss playoffs. Awesome. It's in Dallas. Love Dallas. This game will be a stab in the heart for Raven season. I hope so. Don't know. I do not trust Mike Zimmer. I don't like Mike Zimmer. That's why I didn't, even though everybody was sleeping on Dallas, that's why I didn't buy in on Dallas. I'm not a Mike Zimmer guy. What is the line? -1. Can you guys not hear me? I thought I said that. Ravens -1. It's right there. Rams are going to be in trouble. The Rams are in trouble. The Rams are in trouble. This is what the Rams are going to do. Pew! Give me the Niners offense to bounce the fuck back. Big. I like the Niners offense a lot this week. A lot. Hate to tell you, DJ, but I love the Rams. Rams are going to spiral. That defense is bad. Stafford cannot keep up. And now the Niners coming off a loss. What do we tell you? You want to take advantage when you can, whooping your division rivals' fucking ass. When you got them down, you get them real down. Purdy legacy game. Ayuk legacy game. That's what's going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. Give me the fucking Niners. Big. Team total over. Purdy over. Skull fuck, as Fro would say. Yep. You just told me to drop Purdy. No, I didn't. I said start Geno Smith, you fuck. By the bad. Absolutely not. Not with the Rams. No. You got to keep in mind, they still have McVay. And they still have Stafford. They're still going to be trendy. Yep. Niners, big. Jets, big. No, that's not enough. 35, min. Rams were the highest bet win total over at the start of the season, almost like losing one of the best defensive players in history. Yeah, did I not say this from the get-go? And you lost Raheem Morris. He was a good defensive coordinator. I don't know how he is as a coach. Next one. Good news for you, Detroit. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Let me tell you what the Detroit Lions needed. Let me tell you what they needed. They needed a smack in the fucking face. Smack in the face and a smack in the fucking ass too. That's what Baker just got him. Gave him a smack in the face and a smack in the fucking ass. The Detroit Lions going on the road against a Cardinals team that is fat and happy. You got fucking fat girls DMing me saying Kyler Murray MVP. You know who said week 1? People were talking about fucking what's his face MVP. Matt Stafford on VSiN. People were saying Matt Stafford MVP. No. The Detroit Lions defense is solid. The Detroit Lions are going to Arizona, and they're going to whoop that fucking ass. That's what they're going to do. I don't know who the highest scoring team is going to be. It's going to be the Lions or the Niners. Chalk City. Doesn't matter. The Detroit Lions are going to put up some points. Their offense is going to do whatever they want. Ben Johnson is hearing the criticisms. Detroit's going to control the clock, control the game. Arizona's defense is not good. Arizona week 2, exactly what they needed was that Rams defense in a dome at home after a trip to Buffalo, outside, outdoors. They ain't built for that, ladies and gentlemen. They ain't fucking built for it. Now the Lions get what they need and a road game. Lions get a road game. The Lions need to get out of Detroit. Because that city is buzzing and everybody's walking around like they're already fucking crowning them already. No, fuck that. Get yourself in a hostile environment. Wake up. Wake up call. I'm telling you right now, the wake up call, the fucking weekend. Detroit in Arizona. Lions, big. Sunday night, KC in Atlanta. I have zero read on that game. Oh, we got 2 Monday night games. We'll save that for Monday. What do you think about Bucks pick? Goff in a dome also. Yep. Although I'm not really big on the dome narrative. I heard it a fucking bajillion times. How did the Panthers have Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, so don't have a QB? Because they're terribly. Look at their owner and look at their coaches. That's why. Shit's important. What do you think about Bucks pick, Cowboys? I think it sounds great. I don't know about the Bucks, man. There's just weird shit that happens in the NFL. They're not going to lose that game. I'd leave them out. I like it, though. I like that a lot. I'm not a teaser guy, though. Just to be clear, I'm not a teaser guy. Not judging you by any means. Not judging you. All right, guys. We fucking cranked today, man. We cranked. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the support and the hospitality. Who do we want to raid? Book it's not started yet. Safe for Raiders money line or Brock's money line? Damn. I don't know. W's DGen. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. And thank you. I see people are liking the stream and Twitter, too. Really appreciate that. Thank you for engaging. Goes a long way. Thank you for the support. Trying to grind as much as we can. Bring you some fucking sports betting talk. Owner's Box is live. Owner's Box is live. Let's send them. All right. All right, W's, guys. Yep. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're watching on Twitter, thank you for liking and retweeting. First time you've joined W's, Andre. Thank you very much. Monkfish Cooking Talk. Yep. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome, too. Takes a lot to fucking take time out of your day and hang out in here and contribute, all right? The stream is about the people for the people. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys. No stream tomorrow. Traveling. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Peace.